I thought I had my transitions fixed.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do not have the transitions fixed.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
no.
what's
It's here.
happening?
It's happening, sort of.
It's happening. We're making
uh,
it.
it overloaded, turned on
Well,
video settings. I'm just saying, man.
Is
Oh.
this a Big Sur thing? Because Rich's world went upside down when Big Sur happened.
This machine came with Big Sur pre-installed. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so there's
Because
like
he
no other option to move to. Because it's,
wow, yeah, that
yeah.
sucks. Because he had he had Big Sur, he had upgraded it, and he had it like randomly shutting down and rebooting on him while he was like doing Excel and Word docs and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I think my problem here is just trying to dial in OBS again.
okay.
Because I got no idea what my settings used to be before.
Mm,
Like, in a fit of rage, I reformatted that machine. So,
yeah.
uh, and yeah, this, like, all the hardware in this machine, I should be peachy. If I can figure out, you need to check this box and set it to something. Like,
Right.
there is something
Oh,
buried in there somewhere that's like,
yeah,
this
like
would
the
fix things.
hardware acceleration versus software sometimes gets you, or like,
I
Yeah.
remember Rob Croy had some issues too with like there were certain programs that he just couldn't open while OBS was running because of like the hardware acceleration and just like
yep,
blow everything up.
yep, yep.
And it was just like tons of little settings hiding in there.
Yeah, and I think that every streamer who does enough of this finds like this is exactly as far as I get to push my machine, and I cannot go any further. Like for me, it was running Sirenscape. If I ran Sirenscape, everything blew up. Like audio would get all messed up, everything would get out of sync. It would just I don't know what it was about it interacting with the audio drivers of everything else, but it just blew everything up. So I just stopped using it. You know, like it's a fine
Yeah.
program, but just the interaction it had with all my other stuff didn't work, you know? And so yeah, there's like you go exactly as far as you can. And then you're like, sorry
Yeah.
guys, this is as good as it's gonna get. I,
Also, in fairness, Apple should probably not name their program after one of the worst mudslides that ever hit California in like the last 100 years.
oh
The Big Sur
wow.
That's why where that mudslide that wiped out 101 and one happened was in the Big Sur.
So here's the other thing is that like Cyberpunk Night City is really close to the Big Sur area. And I always like equated Big Sur with Night City. And so like when they named it Big Sur, I was like, oh, that's cool. Cause like Cyberpunk's about to come out. Isn't that clever? But I don't know.
It sounds like it's a
Yep.
natural disaster for all you Apple guys out there. I'm sitting over here with my PC, just like I don't have those problems.
Yeah,
I
I haven't tried to install it onto any other system, and this is like their new hardware from the ground up, and it's been fine. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just meant to do all these things. So,
Hmm.
so that was Sterling. Hi, everybody who's came out to watch us on stream today. That was
This was my
welcome
this was
to
our TED
Yeah.
talk.
OBS Tech Talk. Yeah, that's
Those of you watching this in say the year of our Lord 2025, and Big Sur is long since passed, there was an update in the Apple world.
This is some optimism for the longevity of YouTube.
That's right.
yeah. Yeah. If you're watching this in 2025, how are you still on the internet? I thought it was destroyed in the wars.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
with the wars, yes. Yes, the rice famine. Yeah,
What
exactly.
was
when the
the
zombies came, the first thing they were drawn to was the T1 lines. I just chewed on them.
Online, stop.
what was the big there was one Yahoo question on an episode of My Brother and Me where it was like, does President Barack Obama really have a button under his desk that can just turn off the entire internet in one fell swoop? Like this person was legitimately like very like concerned that in an effort to stop cybercrime, President Obama was just going to turn the internet off. And I'm like, but it's like I like the idea that's under his desk, right? It's like a
Right.
panic button at a bank to where like he's moving his chair back. He's moving his chair back. He leans back a little bit and
You
just
know that desk has like
into the
5
internet.
panic buttons, right?
Yeah,
It's like the hey, Michelle's in here. Everybody, wait a minute, right? And then the other panic button that's like, I don't want to take that call right now. And the other panic button that's like, actually, I'm getting, like there's people in here that need to go away, kind of thing. Like he's got all these panic buttons, and which one does he accidentally hit? Dead internet, right? It's like right next to
the internet's gone.
It's right next to there's people outside my window and they're coming in, right? It's right next to that one. It's like, which one you hitting, buddy?
And if you turn the internet off, then you can't actually use any of those other buttons because they depend on net architecture. I guess I don't even know what net architecture means. Honestly,
They're all those dumb Amazon click buttons to reorder things that they just repurposed. Like
there's the
people
hot
kept
Cheetos
backing up.
button
Yeah.
right next to the destroy the internet button.
Up on the dryer, he has the I need more Snuggle Bear wipes.
Oh man, looks like I've run out of hot Cheetos.
That,
Kills the internet.
that is
Just kills the
absolutely
internet.
the worst I have ever
It's
heard.
bad. It's very bad. Yeah.
Oh, great. That was so bad. It was good.
That was an impression of the very bad impression that the Game Grumps do.
Thank you for the sub, Jay.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
Diego, we are not streaming Cyberpunk 2077 tonight because nobody wants spoilers just yet, right?
Don't worry, give the internet 5 more hours. We'll have
5
it.
more hours, yeah, and then somebody's completed the game, right? And then we'll know everything.
Good luck.
Weird.
We play a game on Wednesdays. What do we do on Wednesdays?
I mean,
we talk about politics. We talk about how Apple is terrible. We might play a game, and then
It's fine. That just gives me more time to organize the thing I need to organize. You guys continue. Feel free.
should we talk about that? Should we do that as an announcement? Because that's kind of cool news.
Yeah, we should. We should start with
Yeah, we probably should do some announcements and this is your channel and everything,
Yeah.
David.
So hey everybody, it's 30 minutes in, okay, and let's get started. All right. So this is my name's David. This is High Shelf Gaming, and tonight we're gonna be playing Blades in the Dark, run by Mike Reichelson. Thank you so much, Mike. Why did I call you Reich? That was so wild.
I don't know. That's also not how the name is pronounced. So good time.
What?
Right.
Okay, hold on. This is I do this all the time. I mispronounced my friend's name for over a decade. Please fix it right now for me. What is the right way to do it?
Rachelson. Someone in my family was named Rachel, and when we got to Ellis Island, they're like, "Yeah, your name is Rachelson now."
Rachelson. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rachelson from Ellis Island. Got it. Okay.
Oh, Rachelson from somewhere in Russia. I don't know.
So, yeah, full story on that one. I had this buddy of mine, Daniel, whose last name is Shed, and I called him Daniel Sheed for over a decade, and he apparently corrected me multiple times, and it never stuck. So, Mike Rachelson, I will do my level best to not fuck that up for 10 years. Okay. Will you help me?
So 6 months from now, when David comes across an occasion to actually say Mike's last name, what will happen? Tune in, folks.
Yeah, tune in.
Tune in. Right. You're gonna have to watch every time we stream because you never know when it could happen.
And lots of egg on my face.
It was the worst possible decision I could have made for screen names for anything, and I've already used it everywhere.
Oh.
Because when that shows up as just text in somebody's chat. And you're hanging out in somebody else's chat that and then text follow and it shows up on screen. The hell are they supposed to read that as?
Right.
Most of the time. Yeah, Mr. Eichelson.
Yes, Eichelson.
It was a bad idea. It was just anyway.
But
so
it's memorable. It's memorable.
It is.
Right?
Memorable.
Yeah.
And so
it is.
Some Blades in the Dark. Right, that's our plan for the evening. That's our intention. We'll get to it.
Reining it back in.
We'll get to it. All right, we're gonna get to it. I promise you. I know you're all in here for the Duskfall magic that's gonna hit tonight. But before we get into that,
you're Mike David.
You're so quiet.
Did it do it again? I hate my computer.
With 1,000 suns, I smite you down.
I am so upset with this thing. Doing that.
It's okay. I don't know if I'm gonna re-gif tonight's agitation, but I definitely have last week's. It's okay.
All right. All right.
I think that one in itself, just the like, just looking for something to smash.
Yes. All right. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it up. I'm just gonna watch it. Okay. So, anyways, the,
It's like, do it, motherfucker! I dare you.
You know, nobody can claim that we don't have fun here.
no, yeah, there's fun. There's fun.
There's
We are
fun.
having fun. I hope they're having fun, but we're definitely having fun.
No one can say that we're not having fun, and that's the
You know what?
important thing.
I'm just gonna put it so it covers my own face. There we go. So I got this page where I can like look at all of our cameras. It's just the meter is covering my face. All right, that's all it's the most important thing. All right, so High Shelf Gaming is doing something. We got a wild hair and decided, you know what we ought to do is we ought to like send off 2020, get rid of it in the best way we know how, which was a lot of actual plays, and welcome 2021 and tell it you better be better than last year was.
Little love that is all
This
in
is
humanity.
this is part rain dance, right? Like trying to do something to make the world better, and part like threat to the year. Like you got to do better.
So
12
2021, you know what's
Yeah.
good for you.
It's like 2021. If you don't want us just to nuke this whole damn planet
Yeah.
and Earth today,
End
Yes.
it. I'm ready.
I'm
End it.
just like,
Sorry. Full send, folks. Full send. We are going to do 12 days of actual plays, which is a fun event idea. It started because Ethan said something and Mike and Heather both said something. And then all of a sudden we were doing a charity event. It's a 12-day.
It really got away from us, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome. It is 12 actual plays played out over the course of 14 days because there's some holidays in there that we want to skip over. And basically from December 19th to January 2nd, we're going to be playing actual plays on this channel. We have already filled the docket with GMs. We have GMs for every one of those days. They're all making games or revising existing games to run. And that whole event is going to be awesome. We're going to be raising funds for the Trevor Project, which, if you don't know, the Trevor Project is a LGBTQ support organization, primarily focused on saving lives by doing suicide prevention. And I don't know if any of you don't know anybody who has struggled with that. I certainly have. And actually, a dear friend of Kelly and I's went through that, struggled with that on a number of occasions. And so this specific foundation is very important to me. And I'm very excited to raise funds for it for like 14 days in a row, all on each stream. They're all going to happen here on High Shelf Gaming. We have GMs from Wandering DM, John the Wise, The Con Save, Jabroni TV, HSG, and like one other random
Death Die Club.
Death Die Club. Fucking hey, Hugo. God. All right. Death Die Club has been with us from the beginning. They're amazing. And so Hugo is going to come in here and run a game too. And we're just super excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be so fun having everybody on playing games, running games. And it's all going to happen here on HSG, twitch.hsg. And of course, all proceeds, there'll be like ways to contribute funds and all that kind of stuff to the Trevor Project. And we have a lot of giveaways, like 9 copies of Cyberpunk Red, like 10 vouchers for Vampire the Masquerade, like maps and all kinds of other stuff, books, like physical books. And
Yeah, can I drop a couple?
Yes, please,
okay?
please. Yes.
John Harper has kindly offered to donate a hard copy and a PDF copy of Blades in the Dark, and his newish, maybe I think it's his newest one, Aegon Second Edition, which is
I'm
a great
crazy
game.
about that game.
It's so good.
Yeah, and we also have like Reaper Miniatures has given us some gift cards, and Ginny D, the cosplayer, if anyone's familiar with Critical Role, has gifted out kind of one of her deluxe calendars. So,
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the event. We're looking forward to being there.
There's some choice games in there because everybody on like my side, on like the Jabroni side, like let's just go crazy actually with these games. because I'm running a wonderful one-page RPG called Oh Dang, Bigfoot Stole My Car with My Friend's Birthday Present Inside.
Yes.
But this time it's going to be Christmas themed. And I know somebody else is running. I think the game's called Nice Marines, and it's about like Warhammer 40K. Yeah, Warhammer 40K Space Marines that have to do like normal person stuff.
Yes.
Except
Where do
they
I sign up
have
for
no
that
idea
one?
how to do that.
Yes.
I
Yep.
need this in my life.
Oh my god.
You don't roll for success. You roll for collateral damage.
Oh, I'm about it. I'm
That
here
is
for
awesome.
So
what was
there's
that
some-
one? Because
I think it's called Nice Marines.
Nice
maybe?
Marines.
Yeah.
That being said, everyone in our community, we will be posting those signups for games later this week.
Yep.
We want to spread the love of RPGs with everybody, so we're going to try and get as many people in as we can.
Yeah. I think the last game we're running is the vampire one, right?
Yep. You start and end the 12 days.
That'll be fun. So the last one is Vampire the Masquerade, but it's kind of a lampoon. We're following in the footsteps of What We Do in the Shadows. So the premise of that game will be like you're all a coterie living in a stodgy manor, and next door a bunch of werewolves have moved in, and they're
swearwolves?
They're throwing the loudest New Year's party, the worst New Year's party, and like all your little like herd and your ghouls and everybody are like going to the party, and you have to like get them back before you lose everything to the werewolves and how cool they are. So this should be fun. Should be lots of fun. Oh, I think you're muted, Ethan. I don't know if you're talking. Nope.
Oh,
Now you
I
are.
wasn't muted and I was typing. I do apologize for that.
No, you're good. So yeah, we are going to be running a lot of
Nope,
games.
gone.
I cannot wait. Can't wait. And while our spider is away. Yes. All right. Any other announcements? That's our biggest one. That's so
Am I
big.
back?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
back.
now you're
100%.
back. Yes.
My like noise canceling thing just crashed. And it takes the whole mic with
Yeah,
it.
it takes
but-
everything with it. Yeah.
So I worked out this math a little earlier for myself and Casey. It's now you too, David. We are playing horrific spooky gaming Friday night, led by
Hanukkah
Ethan.
themed.
Hanukkah themed.
Spooky Hanukkah jam, I guess.
Casey,
It's fun. I
David,
got some ideas.
myself, and Gavin from our Cyberpunk game will be there. Saturday, we're running Cyberpunk. David GMing, the rest of us there. Tuesday, we are playing Werewolf, our normal werewolf game. And then we will be back again with Blades next Wednesday. We got 5 games in a week.
And that's just the streamed ones. There's like a couple more in there that we're gonna play in that
Even
time
the-
that aren't on stream.
Yup.
Ethan and I
Yep.
have 2 other ones during that
awesome.
time period. So
Oh man,
Epic.
busy.
Epic.
I
love it.
finished the semester and I said it's time for me to have fun. Okay.
Yes. Agreed.
For
Agreed.
me to have fun.
Okay. I think those are all of our announcements. Mike, get us into Duskfall with the lightning walls and the ghosts and things.
Oh,
The
all right.
goats.
The goats
Goats.
and ghosts.
There's so many goats. Goats everywhere. Let's talk about these goats for a while. 'Cause
They will eat your face.
they will. They will.
Goats
Um,
themselves.
They will have transcendent conversations if you just look in their eyes.
They
long
they
enough.
can see into your soul if you try. Yeah. Yeah. So Blades of the Dark. Ta-da! It's a game. It's by John Harper. It's rad in my opinion. Ta-da! It is a game about being a crew of scoundrels, ne'er-do-wells, criminals, non-law-abiding citizens trying to make your way in the world. It takes everything you got. Sometimes you gotta go where nobody knows your name. Anyway, yes, you are criminals. Everybody here is a member of a crew called the Faceless, who are spies and saboteurs. You're known for your fascinating mask technology, which you've been working on behalf of a.
Oh, we're about to be known for it, huh?
Oh, yeah. You've been working for on behalf of a patron for a while now. And yes, everybody's in the city of Duskfall. It's sort of a Victorian haunted spooky city. that's kind of also a little bit like Prague and Venice at the same time, in a world where for about 1,000 years now there's been no sunlight. The dead don't leave, so after everybody dies, there's ghosts that linger, and eventually those ghosts start trying to chew faces. So the city is surrounded by a big electroplasmic wall of lightning to try to keep out as many of the angry face-chewing ghosts as possible.
It's a thankless job.
Just
It is.
imagine how outrageously pale everybody has to be.
I know, right?
Like,
And like all
1,000
diseases-
years?
all the diseases that come from lack of like nourishment. from the
Vitamin
sun.
D.
Yeah.
But like 1,000 years, that's like generationally pale.
Right.
That's like your genetics have changed by that point, I would imagine.
Indeed.
Like, wow.
Is it like the fish that live in like underground caves where like they eventually evolve to just not have eyes at all?
Turns out everybody's bioluminescent in Duskwall. We just didn't know.
And their hearing is incredibly good. Like all of our hearing is incredibly good.
Everybody actually has like huge bad ears. Like, we're just not paying attention. So yeah, in the midst of all that, things have been difficult lately, right? Like, Lord Skurlock is up to no good, and he's got his giant warhole thing that he's built that is being piloted by the best friend of the guy who you killed 3 times, I think.
Did we kill him the last time? That's kind of Sitar's.
You handed him over to somebody else who, like, destroyed him permanently. Yeah.
Promptly destroyed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a
I mean,
pretty
it's
good
not
idea
so
that
much
was
that
gonna
she,
happen,
like,
too.
yeah,
Like,
she
I'm
just, like,
pretty
outright destroyed him, but there was a moment of, like, her torturing a ghost to destruction, not death. Like, yeah, that's, you know. It wasn't a
You know,
surprise, right?
Just
As you do.
just Duskwall things.
Yes. So yeah, Lord Skurlock is up to no good. He's got his big bad robot. Sitara is out there somewhere in the wastes with like weaponized demon child. Apparently, you've been working on something that the Lord Governor's been trying to get together. He's got people working for him. Trying to figure out who else is out there. You've wasted a significant portion of the bill hooks a couple of weeks ago. Well, a couple days ago in game.
And just a whole orphanage.
Why does it keep
pretty much.
escalating? Every week it keeps escalating. It was an apartment, butcher shop to an apartment to a family, now to a whole orphanage.
Because there was an obvious family that you decided to murk when you brought
It's
the place
Schrodinger-
down.
It's Schrodinger's orphanage.
Hey, look.
It is either an orphanage.
And those were all just the sweetest kids. They had
It
bright
was-
futures.
It's actually
That's
one big building that
I mean,
on the
they were
first
super
floor goes
bright
the whole
for a
way
while.
across.
For a little bit, super bright futures.
Oh my god.
The building is actually divided in half, and on one side it was the orphanage, and on the other side is like the maternity ward. So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and then somewhere in there was a veterinary office just for puppies and kittens. What? Just the
Look.
cutest ones. That's only the cutest ones got accepted. They were all there when this went down.
Yeah,
Look,
Professor
that's
Professor
unfortunate.
Fluffy Bunnies. That was
Y'all
that
are
down
so
there, yeah.
mean. Y'all are so mean.
That's unfortunate. You should have gave me more than goat feet with my gold coin. And
That's
then,
right.
then the building wouldn't be on fire. You
None of
don't
this is
steal
canon.
from me.
None of this is canon. I'm sure everybody who lived in that building were just rapscallions, just awful individuals.
Well, actually, I have a list of every resident right here, and let me start at the top.
Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by something John Harper has put in a book for a setting. It's me. I wouldn't
ever
be
seen-
surprised. It's on page 93. Yeah, residents of that one building.
Yes.
Look, the maps that we switched over to are very detailed, and
That's right. We know
I can tell you that
lineages.
they're off Soot Alley is where,
They're going to add Street View, and you can see the call box that's got all the names of everybody living in every building.
That would be amazing. Street view of Duskfall. I want that.
I don't know that I do.
Well,
Give
because you know that
Deputy-
like most of the alleyways are like people getting stabbed or mugged or like terrible, like all the crime that the Street View car is gonna witness.
Yeah. They got one of the dudes with the backpacks, right, to get in those tight spaces, and you just see like about 3 shots, and then the camera on its side, and then nothing else.
I should have left that.
Really
hard. I'm
tried to do that, but it was a goat cart, and like it just kept like rickety and like swinging back and
Yes.
forth. It's like, they could never get the pictures to line up.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible.
So yeah, we knocked over the Bill Hooks HQ. We
Look-
blew a bunch of people up. We intentionally maybe burned down the building, and then we relaxed. We had some downtime.
Yeah. like-
And
Took care of some stuff. You know what we haven't
Yeah.
taken care of is our heat.
womp womp.
Yo.
Okay, well,
Oh,
who's paying
no.
for
the
extra
thing.
downtime actions to do it? That's
Here's the thing: no rep, no heat, and we don't actually want anybody to know what we're doing from like this point forward. So, problem solved. No more heat. It's gone.
Oh, okay. That's how that works. We just declare it. It's like
Yeah,
I
no
de-
rep, no heat. If you don't gain any rep, you gain no heat. Or if
I
there's no
declare
heat, you gain no
bankruptcy,
rep.
right? I'm sure there's a whole thing about this. I just declare it. There's no rep and there's no heat, Mike.
if you can keep it completely silent, then
Oh, well, we all know who's the weak link in this one. I apologize. I'm just gonna go ahead and get
Dude,
that out of the way.
it's the Tychrosi brothers, man.
Yeah,
Cousins,
we are
like,
not. We're
I'm
not
gotta-
stealthy.
I gotta put down the dynamite sticks. They solve a
Yeah,
lot of
they go-
problems, but I gotta put them
They
down.
really.
All right,
do.
we're gonna keep this one quiet. Just in the
Then,
back.
the Griffith puts the gun axe back on the thing. Like, oh, damn it.
You guys
Oh,
see
man.
Ohm packing light? It's like you said quiet, so this is all I got left. this little fanny pack of stuff.
But it's the like cross the body fanny pack that
Yeah.
typically is just filled with cash from like a sneaker convention.
Yes. So specific. So
except in Ohm's case,
But
it's
you know
all
exactly what I'm
C4.
talking about.
I have so many questions on how you know this lifestyle.
There's a show on Disney Plus where Jeff Goldblum learns about random shit, and that was one
Yeah.
of the episodes.
yeah. That's such a darling show. Jeff Goldblum is a little treasure. Okay.
So interesting.
But once you see that gif of the like, and well, there you have it thing, and you notice he has this like one little moment of lizard tongue flick, like you'll never unsee it again. That's
Yes, that's true.
ta-da! I have ruined Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Oh, yeah,
Goldblum
yeah.
sounds.
All right. He does have his mannerisms, okay, but he's a damned treasure.
So this is the hill that David will die on. That he will fight anyone on it. Continue.
I do.
Well,
I do
I,
like
as
some
the head of the
people.
Bill Hooks, do declare that no, he is not. That's yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. We have to stay and murder every Bill Hook. This is
That's what sets Ohm off. Jeff
That's-
Goldblum with the
that's-
equivalent of Duskfall gun that slide against him. There's a game in here somewhere, guys. We promise.
There is. We can figure it
Yeah.
out. We can make this happen. May not be the game
We'll
we came
find
here
the
to
game.
play, but we will find a game in here. Yeah, so I'm actually not sure what is actually up next on y'all's docket, because you had kind of a roadmap for like the things we need to do, and then we're gonna get the hell out of town, and then that seemed to kind of
Yeah, we
screech to a
kind
halt
of
a little bit once you
do.
figured out who the patron was and what they were working on.
Through the
and why.
wonderful RP that we did last session for like an hour, we decided that we weren't doing that anymore.
Yeah, we've figured out that maybe it's not really feasible to just completely get rid of the masks, like foolproofly. Like that's just not something that can be done. So we gotta make sure everybody's got them, so that way they're not a problem. Still, I think is what we came up with. That was Ohm's idea.
Yeah.
And Ohm is the one to make these decisions, I think.
And I've ruminated on this a little bit. And I'm kind of wondering if Ohm is becoming like a Steve Jobs of Duskfall, bringing everybody telecommunications they don't even know they want. And then like will be the owner and manager of this object enterprise.
Yes.
Here we go. This is how it begins: world domination, not through tyranny, but through tech.
through cold hard capitalism.
What is the most popular fruit in Duskfall?
Is there fruit in Duskfall?
It's got to be like a mushroom thing, right?
That's your company name, Mushroom.
The logo is just a mushroom with a bite out of it.
Yep.
We're here for it.
And there's like some weird swirls behind it because it might have been a little psychedelic, that mushroom. Sometimes you get a bad one out of the batch, right? You're just tending your mushroom crops, and that chicken shouldn't be walking like that. I wonder what it ate.
Do we also get to like give Ohm like a uniform to like jeans and black turtleneck to like cover up the gaps?
Yes.
Almost too fabulous for that. It's gonna be like bedazzled somewhere.
Yeah, it's gotta pop. It's gotta pop.
If Ohm starts wearing the same thing every single day, that's when we have to start being worried.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, now I have to kill my cousin, damn it.
Especially if they start going on about it's to save me a decision. That's one more decision I can make in a day before my brain gets tired.
Yes. Which is ridiculous.
Look, all the most successful people do it. So I mean, apparently they all wear the same shit every day.
Have you seen Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos? Those guys got like $15,000 suits on.
Yeah.
President Obama did it. He would only have suits as
only stuff that
like
goes
two
together.
colors, and so he didn't have to make that decision.
Okay.
All right, I get the whole like you have your color palette. I get that, but the like same exact shirt every day. That was where it got into the.
There was a lot of stuff.
I need to get my closet set up that way, just where everything goes together, and you just grab. This goes on the top part. This goes on the bottom part, and some shoes, and then done.
Yep.
You just pick
what
random.
pair of pajama pants goes with what T-shirt? That I
guess in this age, you really just have to pick just the time. You don't technically you don't have to have anything down there.
You should.
Not even shoes if you don't want. You should.
For HR purposes, you should have something.
You should.
You really should.
You know who I'm talking to, you fucking weirdo. Put some pants on.
Where did the aggression come from?
It is 10 minutes to 8 and we haven't even started the game.
What are we doing tonight?
We got very close to starting the game. We got very
so
close. Oh, man. I got some.
You know,
David, go log back in and just change out our tags.
We were entering atmosphere and we've since bounced off. So we're coming back around. We're gonna come back in the atmosphere again.
See, check us. Those corpos be weird, y'all.
Wrong game.
Corpos be weird.
Yeah, here's where it gets really good. If we try to get it back on track now, we get about 20 minutes and then we're gonna get a break.
Oh, so we should just keep effing around until then?
No, we can get a lot done. I think we can get whole score set up in the time.
Yeah, we can get the high setup.
Totally.
For sure.
Okay.
Focus. Yeah. Everybody.
Right.
All right.
Are we blowing all of our shit to hell now?
Yeah.
Are we
Motivate.
going
All
off the grid?
Yeah,
I
like
think so.
Owen's been working on packing, right?
Okay.
And getting all that stuff situated so that they can move.
At the same.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And we're getting Kess together, right? Like Ohm and Kess and the goods are all in one basket because they're the whole enchilada is the way I've been seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would at one point maybe want to. I don't know if this is a separate score necessarily, but at some point we need to give Kess her plan or her part of the plan because she knows everything Ohm knows, more or less.
Right.
And that's good for us because we need a ton of people to know what Ohm knows. So we got to figure out how we can make this profitable enough for her that she'll help us.
Yep.
While that's going on, I have directed the gutter snipes to draw things similar to what we've seen on Ohm's plans. Like just like in tidbits or whatever. Like I got an example page from Ohm of some bullshit, and I gave it to the gutter snipes and asked them to just go wild. This is the base. This is the base. Go wild with it.
Yeah.
And then deliver that back to me, and we will use that as fodder, so that it can look like the actual things, because we want to make it look like we were still here,
right,
as much as possible when we take this place down.
Do we need to find some? This is a little macabre. Do we need to find some corpses?
Probably.
I'm sure someone knows a guy.
Yeah, we need to find the guy. We need to find the guy who knows the guy and get the corpses to make it look like. Oh man, it's gonna be tough to find a Milo-sized corpse.
Yeah, I've got a good friend. Jewel the blood dealer.
Do you have another friend with neck tubes?
It's not a no.
How are we gonna fashion neck tubes?
I don't know. that is a
one of them just got a big chunk out of the top of the torso. You don't know what could have been up there.
There it is. Just a big shotgun blast to the neck.
So the problem with putting in fake corpses, or well, real corpses, but to fake us, is that the bells won't go off.
Ghosts too. There would be our ghosts.
Yeah. So like, I think it's okay to say that we scattered because of the fire, right? We don't necessarily need to be dead inside. I mean, I'm already kind of dead inside, but you know, that's just the day and time that we live in.
Not to get on morbid and stuff, but we're here. We were always in mask, right? So they don't know exactly what we look like. So if we just, find some X lamp blacks or bill hooks, yank them, tie them up, throw them in there when Hutch shows up, kaboom, ghosts go off, we look like we're dead.
I think they know what some of us look like. I think
little extra.
And
it sounds pretty vicious to me.
Yeah, ghost.
Now, hold on a second. I can make ghosts happen.
No offense, cousin. The last time you made ghosts happen, it was a horde, and we all almost died.
But I can make ghosts happen.
Right, but you can't make the bells go off. Like, you can draw ghosts to us, but that doesn't send the birds and the bells off.
And if we kill people, the bells
don't
go off, but not in the
ravens don't.
They're like,
oh yeah, the bells go off, but the ravens don't find you.
All right, so there is the thing. We do need to get some people in here to die when Hut shows up.
So I'm going to copy and paste something off Ohm's character sheet into the chat here.
Yay!
There you go.
That's just on your sheet. That's just on Ohm's sheet.
That's just somebody you know. Like
a corpse thief.
It's not your close friend.
Oh, you're
It's not your enemy. But you don't know a dude who's a corpse thief.
So. I do know a corpse thief. Oh my god. Why didn't I think of good old Eckert? You know why? Because his name wasn't in bold. I don't look at anybody whose names aren't in bold. And that's a failing on me.
That's fair.
Follow-up question. Do I need to go, does Ghosts need to go and look for a place for us to lay low? Or are we just going back to the manor?
Yeah, we need a safe house. We need a safe house that's not connected to the... Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
What?
Are we going to go back to the manor, or are we going to get a safe house?
We're going to get a safe house.
Okay.
We're not going back to the manor. Or you guys aren't going back to the manor.
I misheard you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, agreed. All right. So I need to talk to Eckert about getting a bunch of corpses.
Again, I want to go back.
like a
Like the
handful of
bells won't go
corpses.
off.
I hear you, but not everybody's going to be there when this thing goes down.
No, but we need some.
Somebody will die somewhere.
2 or 3, right? We need 2 or
And
3
it-
corpses. And
We got
For the
enough
conversation
whiskey to
about
make
like,
it go.
sorry, go. Can you say that again, Casey?
I was gonna say, I was like, Griffith would have been like, well, we also got enough whiskey here to go boom. I'm sure somebody or something's gonna get caught in the back blast.
Yeah, we'll kill somebody. I'm
Yeah.
sure this will
Right.
kill somebody.
Well, we
Um,
should also set up demolitions that go off with fire.
what happens? What happens when you put a spirit into a corpse?
Ooh.
Wait, you can do that?
Vampire.
Vampire. That's bad. No, we don't want to do
No,
that.
we don't need another Skurlock.
But what happens when the vampire dies? Do the bells go off?
Are
We
we,
can
are we
find
about to make a bunch
out.
of vampires just to explode them?
I'm just
that a
asking. I'm
thing?
just asking questions. Ohm is just asking questions.
I'm just asking. questions.
Maribel doesn't even know if that's a thing. Is that a thing?
Oh,
the hell
that is
was
how you.
that?
That is how you make vampires in this game. Yes. You put your ghost in a body. Doesn't
It is-
necessarily
it is
have
not
to be
yours.
yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Skurlock is another ghost, and that body belonged to some other person.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Garlock might be special because he's old sin.
Because you can
So-
have hollows who are people who have had their souls removed, but are still alive, and are kind of like drony, just wait for command type things. And then you can have dead bodies that have ghosts put into them, which are vampires. And,
Which can be subdued.
hey, put enough effort into anything, you can do it.
That
The
that
one-
sounds
the
like it's gonna
one-
get more
I ke-
complicated.
I keep
Yeah,
meaning
it's
to
true.
come back to the question that you had before about like we've been in masks and all that kind of stuff. Hutch was like in your hideout for like extended periods of time.
Yeah, Hutch knows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is like the size of Milos, but it's not him. Like Hutch would be able to make that call. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. We should have yeeted him into the.
Which is why I think it's better to just burn the place to the ground.
Yeah.
Like, and scatter. Because that's probably what they expect of gangs. Like, I'm sure I've heard of gangs, or we've heard of gangs in the past that have been ransacked and they just, like, disappear.
Well, I mean, we did that to the lamp blocks,
Right?
like
The
personally.
lamp blacks, the bill hooks.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
know, we've orchestrated enough of these things. We should know how to make it look realistic.
You
Yeah.
still walk down the street with like, have you seen my daddy signs for that one wraith that Milos took out in the boat?
And Ohm is
again,
soft.
I'm just.
But there is the desire to face those. Ohm's
Oh.
not doing it.
I am.
Okay. good.
To do what?
To
Deface
deface
it.
those little signs.
Oh.
He pulls out a little pin and there's like a little tentacle thing underneath. Have you seen my daddy? He's like, yes, I have. He's no longer on this plane of existence.
Oh, you're an
Yes,
asshole.
he was yummy.
That's terrible.
And there we go. I got my 2 XP for the night. We can continue on.
See, but that XP just goes to Casey, I think, after a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So we're gonna burn our own place to the ground.
Yes.
By
We're gonna
using
do it.
Hutch. We're gonna lure Hutch here
Okay.
in some way,
Okay.
which is a plan, and we don't want to do that.
So what do we need first? First, we need a place to hide out. We need a safe house.
Sounds like we need to acquire that asset.
Yeah.
Which I think is I have an ability. So
I think at the end I was saying that it's either somewhere near where the red chassis are or in our territory, like in this area. I'm pinging on the map.
Oh,
See,
like
I
by the
think we need to,
Goatery
like-
and the Rosie Devil and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that I think it needs to be on a different side of town. Like it.
So like
We don't want to be associated with. We're gone.
Oh, just not even in the crow's nest. Or
Yeah.
not even
Crow's
You know,
foot,
like all of
yeah.
our, I think the idea here is to burn all of our contacts with it. I mean, like the
For
majority,
the
like
most
for the
part,
gang.
yeah.
Like any of our personal contacts, maybe if you want people to think you're still here, but
Which is what I will be doing. But
yeah,
I've
the
also
idea,
presented myself as Maribel for most of my deal for those types of dealings.
the idea is to be no more, be gone.
Then how about somewhere around the docks?
That
Easy
would be a
escape
good
point if
spot
things
to
go.
be. Is that too obvious?
So
Alright.
if
Maybe,
you're
but-
going to skip town, right? If
Mm.
we've been gathering money to try to get the hell out of Dodge. Your two options for doing that are going to either be find a ship or go down to like the bottom southeast corner, and that's where the railway station is for the electric rail. Because that does span the entire, all the Shattered Islands, and there's a train line that does go to Tycheros and stuff like that. So like on this map,
Oh,
all those little lines, that's the trail. That's the electric rail.
oh wow, the
Oh,
rail goes
nice.
up to Tycheros.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Okay.
So why
Cool.
did my wife come on a boat?
Because the unicorn
Story.
wasn't gonna
Yeah, and
stand
you
there
can't,
and poop in a train.
and you can't
Yeah.
quite. I feel like the train is higher profile because it's probably more controlled, maybe because like a lot of shit can just happen out at sea, right? Like
Yeah.
stuff gets lost, you know,
So-
manifests don't line up, whatever. But gotta have a ticket to
Fair
get on the
enough.
train.
All right.
I wonder what the hobo sitch is like in this world.
Dangerous.
Like just hopping on the trains, hopping off the trains, living on the rails.
Oh, that's
Not
dangerous.
scary. Yeah, that's
This is where we find out that all the hobos in this game are actually just ghosts that ride on the train. They're not allowed
Oh.
in. But they're
It
Well, there
gets them through the
is-
wall. It gets them through the wall, right?
yeah.
there is a whole another one of John Harper's like little mini games that's Railjacks, which are like the guys who have to like beat down and then scrape the ghosts off the trains when they're on the electro rail, like having to fight that off.
Oh man.
That's fun.
That
There's-
sounds like
There's so many fun stories to tell in this game. Okay, so I guess the docks then make a lot of sense because the rails would be pretty tough to be sneaky on, right?
Yeah,
Where
I think
you
it
could-
probably, honestly, is probably like a mixture where it's like take a boat to this place, you get on the train here, you get off here, you take a boat to here, you get on the train here, and then by then they've lost you.
Gotcha.
You do enough of that. But I think the boat being first is probably the easiest way out of the city.
Sure. Yeah, then you just get like a low berth spot or something like that.
So what Ghost would be thinking is probably not at the docks because they'll be searching like in that area somewhere like here or in this area here. Like, what is that like? Let me zoom in.
Well, they might not be. They is really like ambiguous, right? Like who is going to be looking for us?
I mean, how many enemies do we have at this point?
It's all of them.
All of them. So like,
It'd be easier to name our friends.
I don't have any.
So one item we could do
Yeah, we did kill all Maribel's friends. That's our bad.
if we look at like way down by the rail station, there's other docks down there, like in the ironworks and in Brixton area.
True.
We could get on other boats.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what? That's
like
actually-
most of that is like within the city transport type stuff.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Like the docks are where like the Leviathan hunters and like the big ships dock.
Gotcha.
That's like, the port. And these are like a river. So it's like they can be a pretty good size, but like they're not huge. There's that one little mess of stuff that's up off Crow's Foot, which is actually like a downed Leviathan hunter
Mm-hmm.
that then a bunch of stuff rafted up to, and that's like the neutral ground for all the drags there.
Gotcha.
I will also need a copy or several copies of the plans.
Yeah, so Ohm has been basically working on making schematics for people to use for distribution, and then also like just packing up all their stuff, because those copies are going to go to you. They're probably going to go to Kess, and then for distribution off.
It wouldn't hurt to just give a few to everybody. Like, honestly, like the more of these things that have a chance, like even if somebody gets their pocket picked, that's better, right?
Yeah.
Because that's another group of people we don't even know that's got it. Like they gotta be far-reaching, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I need like the fine ones so I can sell them. I need like good copy ones so I can sell them through info brokers.
And then Liana needs a couple copies to send back to the Takaros embassy that we're still a part of. And get that up there somehow.
Ohm is spending time making copies for all y'all.
So I get a +1 to my result when I acquire an asset. Do we want to do that, Mike?
Yes. So the one hiccup is that acquiring an asset is a downtime
Is a downtime
action. So we have
action.
to buy another downtime action with a coin to do it.
I have a coin. Do you guys want me to? Yeah.
I don't have any. I don't think.
The crew
Okay.
also has a coin if we want to spend crew coin.
Can we spend the crew coin?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
It's fine. That's what it's there for.
So I would, as Rosemary, talk to an info broker or someone that has that connection, in order to find a safe house.
Right. That was the question I was going to ask. You were attempting to find a safe house. Okay.
Yeah.
Downtime vice, stress relief, long-term project. Acquire an asset. Cool.
Yes.
The quality of that is based off of our tier.
Yes. Which is good. Your tier's 3. So
yeah, it's a pretty solid asset we can get there.
We're gonna end up with like some penthouse that has like a doorman.
Shit, we're supposed to be dead.
I got coin. I could be like, here, don't think about it.
But don't worry about it. The doorman is like memento situation. Can't make new memories, right?
Just keeps looking at his hands like, don't believe their lies.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Who's John S? I'm John S. You're John S. Everybody in this stupid movie is John S.
Everyone is John.
The game, isn't it? What's the game?
It's over there somewhere. Yeah. I actually saw somebody else who was trying to run a version of it that was everyone is ScarJo. Scarlett Johansson gets cast as everyone, so everyone is ScarJo. Right, we're trying to get a safe house, though.
Asian Scarlett Johansson this time?
You're like. Getting a safe house, yeah.
Yes. I would like to talk to someone and sway them using my charm and logic to get what I need with manipulation.
That is cool, but not how you get an asset. So.
Damn.
Rip.
Yeah, so you find someone who is capable of coming up with a safe house you would be able to use, and having that conversation with them, and then we do a fortune roll based on the tier of the crew.
Okay. So we're 3?
Yep.
And +1 result when you require, so.
Right.
Okay.
With my scouting ability and hunt, can I give her a bonus die, or is that not how that works?
No, it's just a straight up tier roll. It's not skill based at all.
Oh God, guys.
So counts as a 6.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
Because we rolled a 4.
Yeah.
You get +1 result.
Results are great.
So yeah, you're able to get a tier 4 safe house.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What does that do?
That's pretty solid. If we need to figure out anything and we need to roll dice for it, it gets 4 dice for keeping you secret.
Awesome. Yay, Katrina. Maribel's awesome. She saved us again.
Yeah, from getting like a mixed result safe house. That would have been awful. Not at this stage. At this stage, that would have not gone well.
A 4 would have been a tier 3 safe house.
Gotcha.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Like, that's still pretty solid.
Okay.
You may spend coin to raise the result beyond what it's at. You know, you've done pretty well.
Spend a coin and get that tier 5. Tier 5.
I will sacrifice my coin. I will sacrifice my coin for that tier 5.
For
We're an
the better-
extremely
What page is there like a page that you're looking at safe houses on, or
No, it's acquire asset is 153 and 154.
153? Okay.
I've cleared the coin off the crew sheet, just so y'all know the accounting.
I just like the fact that our safe house is nicer than our actual hideout.
Our hideout
Yeah.
was pretty dope at the end, dude.
That's true. It did have all the upgrades. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's probably.
But that's a question. Do we have to get rid of all of our upgrades now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna burn it down, it's not gonna be hidden or secure anymore.
So like when you're playing, when you're playing the video game, and then something weird happens and you lose access to your safe house for the rest of the game. That's here.
Right now.
Like at the end of Red Dead, when like everybody's when the camp gets all sad and you can't upgrade it anymore. It's like that.
The what is it? Our vault is empty though, which is great. We don't have to worry about losing any of the coin that's in the vault. So this is the time to burn the whole thing down. The other thing is, Griffith, I would say hold on to your coin because there might be other downtime style actions we need to buy.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I know we are planning on doing smooth and quiet for the rest of this.
Fair enough.
We have a lot of heat.
We're about to burn down a city block,
Right.
So
isn't this like our 4th city block we've just absolutely destroyed?
No.
Actually, no, because when we blew up the Lamp Blacks, we took out a good portion of Crow's Foot. Like that whole area got lit.
It was all of the bombs together.
Yeah.
That did that.
We have been party to a fair bit of citywide destruction. Okay.
You could say that we're arsonists.
You could say that.
You could say that. And I don't think you would technically be wrong.
I don't think you're correct in
That
this.
is now the title of the whole series of like
you could say that we're arsonists.
Just blades in the dark. You could say that we're arsonists.
I think it's most of them weren't intentional, except for the ones that were, and they were very intentional.
Yeah. When they were.
We did it right.
Yeah. There were the accidental ones and then the ones that were super on purpose.
Oh my god.
Like acutely on purpose.
Saboteur. That I just keep looking at that as like Saboteur. We're doing good.
Yeah. No, that counts. Good point. That counts. That's XP. We're doing it, right?
So what is our job tonight that we're actually doing?
We're
trying to lure Hutch.
We'll lure Hutch here to burn the place down.
Okay.
To help burn the place down.
Yeah, because we've
got plenty of flammable shit here to do that ourselves, but we want him to help.
We want him to take the heat.
Because then also that means that instead of going to the lightning wall to shut that down like he was intending, he has been diverted to this random ass part in the center of the city. And surely someone will notice.
Yep.
The giant.
The way to do that, because this is still like right before their big ritual that they wanted to do, is we start spreading word that there's a lot of goat meat going to our lair. A whole lot of goat meat going. Fair enough. Because there's this hungry carnivorous unicorn.
We put the unicorn in.
No,
we Yeah, we
Strap
can.
That's
all
no.
of the barrels of whiskey to the
No.
unicorn in the center of the hideout.
It's gonna make us money, guys. Let me have my money.
So
I don't
I'll
think
say,
it
based
is.
based on the list of score types that there are, this sounds like a deception score, and the method of deception is convincing them that you have the unicorn here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, see, then there's
Easy.
know,
We're
enough,
ready to.
enough.
So
Yeah.
Is it deception if we put the unicorn in the building? Is that still a deception score?
only if we assure
Well, you're trying
that
to
it is
lure, trick, or
unrecoverable.
manipulate.
We gotta get the unicorn sold off so that Griffith could like pay for something, right?
I think
paid
it's
for
one of
his
those
wife to get here.
situations. This is
Yeah,
one of those
like
situations where whatever coin we get out of this, Griffin gets half, and then the other half is split between the rest of them. Like
'Cause,
Griffin
like,
needs this money.
Griffith,
Can't
are
agree to
you
this
are you
plan.
gonna loan the unicorn to the menagerie? Like, what's the plan there?
That was the plan. Was to like get a payment sent to me every once in a while. Like,
It's like a rental leasing situation.
yeah, leasing. Like, hey, I'm giving you this exotic animal, but I'm gonna need a little coinage on the side. You know,
Yeah.
Here's
to
your
fuel
rent to own unicorn. Like, yeah.
5,000 easy down payments of 1 coin per
Yes.
month.
Yes.
Because I want to live in the Mediterranean area where there's probably decent food and I don't have to work ever again
That's the goal.
Yep.
until Maribel or Demas calls me to murk somebody.
I'm hoping in my line of work that won't be needed. So we take a break, we come back, we light our place on fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, now. We go on break, we come back, we get somebody else to light your place on fire.
Correct.
I like how we're just sharing.
We strategically place accelerant and then get someone else to burn down our place.
Yes.
Whoa, this is starting to sound like planning.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So we're gonna all right. We're gonna go take a 15-minute break, folks. Hold on a second. Kelly, we're gonna start our break soon.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
We share an office here in the Gillespie household. Okay, so folks, we're gonna take a 15-minute break. We will be back at 9:35 Eastern.
Sure.
Ish. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Goodness.
Excuse me.
Wakes you up. All right. So, so 35 past the hour for those in other time zones, and we'll be right back to see how our methods of deception go. Are we actually able to convince the Hutchbot to show up? That's the
First shot to the head will help.
That's the question.
All good.
All right, everybody.
Cool.
We will be back shortly. Oh, that bit rate plummeting.
Baby. Hey, there we go.
All
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
It's working. Everything's good. We're fine. Yeah.
We always seem to find drama right before hitting the button. Like there's always something.
Yeah.
There's always
Mhm.
something. I don't know what it is about Wednesdays, but there's always something.
Always something.
Oh my god. All right, so we're back.
Yes.
Everything's good.
We're back. We were talking about trying to do a score where you were going to draw Hutch out and have Hutch destroy your lair.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Hutch, you have killed us all. Oh,
Yes,
you're
it's
certainly
exactly
not
the
hiding
voice.
somewhere else.
You've destroyed the Faceless.
He's
Oh
a hero,
no, they have all
goddamn hero.
died.
So it needs to be, it's a deception score, right? We've already sorted that one out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Trying to make Hutch think that there's a unicorn here.
Right. The unicorn.
Yes.
So that he can be invisible.
So that he can be the invisible cloaked Hutchbot murder machine. Yes. So,
Can you buy a horse?
for a lot of money,
Probably.
yes.
Could we acquire an asset horse?
You can acquire an
Always
asset
sacrifice-
horse, but it does say I'm allowed to set a tier requirement for it. Or like, you have to get something that's going to be at least tier X to count.
Mm,
And like,
Okay.
horses are really expensive.
okay.
So like, I kind of feel like that's like tier 3, tier 4 to get a
Fair.
horse.
Oh, I got that.
Just a
Or-
mixed success.
Or could we acquire a stack of goats?
Could we? Okay, so can we find a crocodile and a horse?
Because you
Behead
know
the
crocs
horse,
are alive. If
Put the croc on there.
people are
Add some
alive,
horns.
our apex predators are still here too. The crocs are still here.
So we need a goat, we need a horse, and we need a crocodile, and then we can maybe make a unicorn out of that.
Or we could just burn the unicorn to the ground.
No,
How's Ohm's
my
taxidermy
retirement.
skills?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna
my retirement.
tinker
tinkering.
us,
That
tinker us
counts.
together. A taxiderm monstrosity.
Am I burning my
Yes.
coin for finding the
I
stuff?
don't think we need it. I don't think we need it, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
think
a,
what if we flash back to when we get a horse?
this yeah, sure, if we needed one. This is a solid, like, trap him here, blow him up. Like, this is
Yeah, I think we're also trying to take Hutch out in the process.
right. Yeah, there is a bit of that going on.
Quite
here
an
too, right?
inconvenience Hutch. I think it's maybe a bit bold to say we could just take that hull down in one fell swoop.
True.
We got
I
enough.
was gonna say, take down the hull as a real big clock. Like,
That's
yeah.
like a 12 pi.
12 pi. All right, hold on. Let's
temper our expectations.
Let
I
me-
want
let
that
me-
6 pi. Get the place blown up.
let me understand. Our place, Crow's Foot, is a multi-layered situation over like waterways, canals type thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big bot. If it gets in there, that's a big bot. I'm not saying I'm planning anything. I'm just saying I'm being aware of what might be possible.
Demolitions, man.
Don't have to destroy the bot.
I'm
Sink it.
I'm surprised Ohm doesn't have that like always intricately set up explosives to where like they just press a button and then only the ground around the shop just falls out and the shop just drops.
Right. Yeah.
Like Italian job style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what that's where it's going. It's like, oh man, isn't this like above a waterway? And I could like just drop that sucker down into the water.
That sounds fun. Let's do that.
I mean,
After the burning starts.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. He's lit everything on fire, and then.
Hmm.
All right, cool.
All
Not a
right,
plan.
let's do
Not a
it.
plan. Just an idea.
Just an idea. No plans, just ideas.
Let's roll them bones.
Let's just roll. Let's just get in there.
Let's get those entanglements going. Not entanglements. Right?
We are gonna get those going.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
can we-
Wait,
Wait. Hold on.
our heat.
Before we start this, no matter what, if we get 0 heat out of this, we still roll entanglements, right?
Yes.
So
Your
should
entanglements
start
are the effects of entanglements are dependent on heat, but like rolling entanglements is you did a score. Now you roll entanglements.
can we address the heat? Does somebody have some coin to like pay?
I
us?
will
What's it
do-
at?
6,
Yeah.
which is
So-
where the mad shit starts happening.
Yeah. It's at the somebody gets
Before
arrested.
you jump up on that, I get +1 result level when I reduce heat.
We should have you do it.
Yes.
I will sacrifice my coin for this noble cause.
I will do my normal shtick at the Rosy Devil.
Okay.
I can see like Griffith being like, we're like, okay, so we have to have like no heat going forward. And Griffith is just looking at this coin, just like, it's worth it. It's worth it. Just hands it over like,
Yeah.
Just hands it over like
we got it. Why don't you go handle some of that?
Yeah.
Yep.
That ain't gonna work.
And Ohm is like fighting hand cramps as they're like making copies of things, passing sheets to Kess, and Kess is making copies of things. It's like they seem to have it handled. Keep writing. Don't stop writing.
I feel like there's a point where it's like you have it up on a whiteboard on a board, and like all the gutter snipes are like trying to copy it.
That's a crit.
Yes, that is a crit. So when you reduce heat with a crit, that is 5. So you have 1 heat.
That's good. That's where we need to be.
Yeah.
And if we still try to keep it a little quiet as far as like as it relates to us,
Right.
no doubt the score will be loud. But is it traceable to us? We're dead.
Yeah. The floor
How can
fell
you-
out and every body sank to the bottom where there's
How can you get heat if you're dead? Answer this to me. Riddle me that, Mr. G.
Batman.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Okay, we are doing a deception score. We are lying to Hutchbot. We are drawing him here to destroy the lair with
Yeah.
all of their bodies inside it. Definitely them.
Mhm.
I don't know why my default answer for like anytime there's something like that is the Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The bikers have him in the bar. It's like, I say we cut him up. I say we let him go. Right, like voice. Like,
That was a freaky movie.
You
yeah.
know, it was the ghost trucker for me. That's the one that gave me the nightmares as a child.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Large Marge's birthday like last week. That was,
Shit.
Oh,
Congrats to Large March.
yeah, Pee-wee posts on her birthday and death day because like they show her plaque in the movie. They has a specific
Oh,
page
yeah?
for it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Engagement rolls. Who's gonna roll engagement? Who wants to be in charge of rolling the dice to lie to Hutchbot?
Well, I am the liar of the group. Do you?
You should roll it.
Yeah, if this were purely a score to blow our shit up, then it would have to be. I think the lying is the more important part here.
Right,
The
yeah.
blowing stuff up is a given.
So this can all get blamed on me. So let's.
that is one piece of gear and it's done. So I don't-
Yep.
What if we also give you our demolition gear? Because I have good demolition gear.
yeah,
too.
even better.
I think demolition gear is. I think it's supposed to be like. It's for demolishing things, not for like
Blowing
explosives.
stuff up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, demolition gear is like I show up with a sledgehammer and a crowbar,
Yeah.
and like
Oh, I thought
we
that
take
was
this wall down.
I thought that was wrecking gear.
I'm not sure. Anyway,
It says like
Okay.
iron spikes and sledgehammer.
Okay. Fair enough.
Heavy drill.
so we start with 1 die for sheer luck. Okay, is the operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. Let's
That's right.
lure
Yeah.
giant Hutchbot to
Yeah.
us.
Mhm.
We're playing
That
with
will
the
be safe.
wormhole.
Yeah. Is it complex or contingent on many factors?
I mean, we have to get him here, and then also blow up the place. Like,
Well, the
One of
place
those
is-
is very simple. I think it would be harder for us to not blow the place up at this point.
We say as Ohm is filling barrels with gunpowder. It's like, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't already at this point. I'm surprised it's the first time we've even considered blowing this place up. Like, all the
Oh,
shit we do in
Lord.
here.
Yeah, Cass is like, little jar of gunpowder and like an alarm clock with like a match stuck to it and like yeah, whatever you say, guys.
And there's something like alive and wriggling as part of the like mechanism of this bomb.
I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea that like we're all saying, oh, this is kind of the first time we've thought about blowing this place up, and Kiss is like, your first time?
For this place. Only one?
Yeah.
Whatever.
weird. That's weird too.
Because I've always thought if you put a nail bomb right there and then something in
I
the
was about to say,
floorboards
like, she
there,
probably
'cause
knows all
you
the
would just
beat
be like,
hit. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, we're at 2 dice. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Yes. They want
Hutch-
that. They want that unicorn
Yeah.
bad.
And I'm also like Hutch didn't strike me as a particularly smart dude ever. Like I don't know that we got the whole story on that, but he was like
Yeah, like I was about to say, like I think if we just put any corpses in here, they're gonna think that Hutch killed them all because like Hutch ain't like
he ain't all there anymore. He's been a ghost for a minute. Maybe he's slipping a little bit.
at the very least there could be some doubt. There could be we could
Well, he
sow
did
this
he did
doubt.
burn to death in their warehouse at your hands, but besides that,
He died on the street.
He wasn't on screen for long as a living person.
he was
Yeah,
he
we
was
got
dead.
there and he was dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Baza was dragging him out already dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're at 3 dice. Is the target strongest against approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
against deceit.
Yeah, not particularly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
I have
Yes,
a
the
contact.
corpse.
Yes, Eckert.
The corpse thief,
Eckerd.
info broker. We got plenty of friends here. They're all
Yeah.
Okay,
they're all pitching in to help us out.
we're up to 4. Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation?
Don't know about interfering. They are the operation.
Mine's
Okay.
dead.
I bet the wraiths will be involved because I'm sure.
Yeah, the Wraiths are kind of like their little lackeys.
Yeah, they've been working for Skurlock lately.
Oh, what a shame! Another gang bites the dust due to explosion. Say it ain't so.
Oh no, the poor wraiths. Oh, everybody loved them so much. So we're 4 dice. Are there any other elements you want to consider? Maybe a lower tier target will give you +1. A higher tier target will give you -1. Skurlock is higher tier, so that does bring it back down to 3.
Barely. But he's just the dude though, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Tier 4 as a dude is a bit different than our gang being tier 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 3 dice.
Yes.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Give me a minute and a half to try to switch scenes here. It's
Not great.
Yeah. Mixed.
Not
success.
great.
Gonna be in a risky position as things
Yep.
begin.
Yeah.
Well, I figured we already were, so
Yeah. So everybody needs to pick your loadout.
no.
How much stuff you've got. Yeah.
No, I don't wanna.
Six is going heavy again with 8 items because I'm a mule.
That's many items.
That is a lot of items.
What do we so I think I don't have a good idea of what we ourselves are actually doing to make this happen.
Oh, you know what?
And so I don't really
Right.
know how much load we need.
Well, this is all about deceiving him. This is all about like
Mm-hmm.
planting in the word on the street is there's this stuff and it's about to like the unicorn's about to be moved to a new location or whatever. Like they got to move now. We got all of our security in place because it's a very secure building, right? Like we paid
Yeah.
for security too, which to me means there's like some death traps and stuff. You know, like
Could be some traps to be boobied, yeah.
yeah, you step on the wrong plate and like a spike comes out or something like that. You know, something terrible.
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be some like some urgency for this, and that's what we're trying to do is get it so they have to move now and they got to move heavy.
Yeah.
So
And
maybe
I think our overall job is to get Hutch into the house to destroy it. So I think there is a risk of 1 or 2 of us having to actually be in the house.
Yeah.
I was gonna be in the house just to kind of keep him busy, so I'm gonna be heavy.
Okay.
when you I would say don't go heavy if you can help it, dude, because you're gonna have to move quick. When it's time to bug, you got to bug fast, because
and if you're heavy, I get to keep telling you, oh well, it's difficult for you to do that because you're carrying so much stuff.
Right.
I have a question.
Hmm.
If I verbally say I drop this, like I drop Boz, I drop this, will that then make me less cumbersome? Like, would that unencumber me at that point, or is it
Well,
just
we end up in that like
straight?
that Schrodinger
Fair
scenario
enough.
where it's like it's not that you're carrying too much and you can shed items, it's that you have the ability to conjure items as you go, as necessary. So like
Okay.
it doesn't
All right,
necessarily
then
like
I'll
saying I
stand
drop
firm.
Buzz's gun axe doesn't stop you from saying I'm also wearing heavy armor. Like it
Fair enough.
doesn't. One doesn't eliminate the other.
Gotcha.
I think Demas is going to go light because I think his role is going to be more getting the word out and like kind of weaving the web of rumors to where it gains credibility. So he's going to be running more in social circles this time.
Same.
I have a fine cover identity that I could make use of here.
Yeah.
Maybe. And subterfuge supplies.
I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of a bad clock, right? Like if one of them is like we break into the house, one of them is like you get caught, like the dogs find you, and I'm not sure what to put down as like we're trying to get Hutch into the lair. Like what is the like
Hutch
them
catches
figuring
on.
out the thing? Yeah, like
I mean, it could just be Hutch catches
Or-
on and then starts to actually chase us instead of chasing.
Our
Like-
ghosts.
Or is it
Yeah.
too heavy to be like one of us gets captured?
Well, that would be an entanglement. Right.
By Hutch himself.
I mean, that makes sense if basically Tykerosti cousins sounds like they're going to be the ones in the house. One of us could get captured.
I mean, I don't think that's a fail for the whole mission. That was the problem. Like somebody can get captured and we just keep going and we still like succeed as a whole because he's in the layer. But
So
I think just
I
them
think
knowing that we're fucking with them is probably the
okay. So I threw one down that's the ruse is exposed. Like
having that be a sixer when we have like two other clocks we have to.
Well, the second one's a bonus clock.
Okay.
yeah, the really big one is like, do you actually try to destroy Hutchbot?
That's secondary for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Ohm's bit. Is if there's a window for it, Ohm's gonna go for it. But that's not like that's not our goal here.
That's the B story. That's
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, well, what have you guys done that initially starts them on this path of like these people coming to try to track you down?
I think
What is it?
we've
The method of deception is how we have to describe that. Is that right? What does the thing say?
Yeah, let me thing. Yes, the detail is the method of deception.
Well, the deception is that we have the unicorn here, and we've
Yeah,
been
how do
buying up and having delivered goat meat here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been basically we've just been spreading word around that like lots of goat meat has been going to this address.
Mm-hmm.
If there's wraiths, information is bought and sold all the time, right? So is there any word, if there's word out that like the wraiths are looking for the unicorn, I can sow a seed there. And
I don't even know that it matters that you I don't even know that you care if the wraiths are looking for it. You know that your information, if it gets to the wraiths, is going the right direction.
Okay, yeah, so that's what.
Yeah. So
And it
okay.
wouldn't even be, I think it would be more the unicorn is at this location. Right? Like
Okay.
if
We
we're
saw
trying to
it.
get it, if we're trying to get it straight to the wreaths, then like I saw a unicorn at such and such.
Somebody
like-
glimpsed it through a window or something.
Yeah. And then like the mumblings and shit on the street are there's like goat meat going over to like that building.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Demas is working with like the supplemental rumors kind of deal, like kind of undercover, just going through and like slipping into a bunch of different circles and just being like, "Hey, did you guys hear about that? That's kind of weird, huh?" Like just doing that sort of thing.
And
Lots
I'm
of
working like the info
elbow
broker
rubbing.
angle.
Okay. I'm almost thinking if get Hutch into the. Yeah, we'll keep it where it's at. It's more like convince them that it's there, and then Hutch comes as part of that process, right? Like that's okay. So yeah, I mean, I think the first part then is that like there are wraiths snooping around the area, and that's kind of where we start out here. Is we started passing out these seeds, and like the initial scouts have started to come sniffing around and like peeking in windows and stuff like that, and like we need to do something that's going to convince those wraiths. Yes, definitely unicorn in here, kind of deal. So that is filling up that clock. That's get Hutch into the lair is convincing everybody that it is here, it is worth it, and it is worth mobilizing Hutch to come here to get it.
You're muted, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it needs to look like a hard target, which it is. It's a doubly secure place, right? Which would mean that it's tough to get into. So bringing Hutch would be a convenience, but I think we need to somehow seed in there's a bunch of urgency. Like, yeah, I saw it there, or I saw the stuff going there, but like, I also saw them bringing in some kind of like shrouded cage thing or something like that, that is like they're about to move it, and once it moves, there's no getting it kind of thing.
So it costs stress to flashback, right?
Depending on how complex the
Depending on
flashback
what it
is,
is,
yes.
So could we say that part of this ruse is also preparing to have a unicorn go away on a ship? Like not really, but
forge some manifests.
yeah,
Stuff like
like start
like we've documented the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
and maybe like a couple dock workers or whatever have heard that, hey, remember that unicorn that like killed a dude like whenever ago, like is coming back through.
Yeah.
I could sway for that.
I'm trying to get these items into an action roll to fill a clock.
So, I mean, as far as spreading rumors, I think Demas is on the consort side of just undercover, just stirring up shit in all the taverns, right? Going from like tavern to tavern, and like, oh, they're gonna try to hit that place. Oh, it's so secure though. I hear they even have traps. You'd need some kind of armor to get through there, like kind of deal.
Oh yeah, don't you know that place is like a mad tinkerer's place? Like I wouldn't go in there with.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
It is packed full of explosives. Yeah,
that's like I think that's where what Demas is working on right now is all of those like rumors that will be passed to like 2 people before the wraiths get them, and so it's like,
oh man, yeah, the tinker is part demon. Like, come on, play on some of that stuff too.
Yeah, so I mean that would be a role, and I think Rosemary's doing some swaying.
Yeah, and then
like convincing people of like forging some documents kind of deal.
Okay.
So that's 2. I don't know where we want to start.
Convince. Let's start throwing some dice. It's time. It's time to make rolls. Fill that clock.
You first or me first?
You first.
Okay, cool. So I have things. I don't think I have anything. This is just risky, right? Because of the engagement roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a thing that if one or both of y'all get 6s, it's a success, or is that only in a group?
Only if it's a
action?
group.
That's only
if
if
it's a group roll.
action.
Yeah. I think.
Which, I mean, if
I
you
don't
had
have
everybody out there trying to spread rumors, it could be.
Mm-hmm. We could do it that way if you guys want. Just everybody work on different stuff, kind of together, and we all throw it.
I got one in consort, so I can do
I
it.
don't see the harm in that necessarily doing group rolls.
Someone has
Because
to.
this kind of needs to be like a widespread thing, and I don't think one person could get that done.
Yeah.
Someone needs to lead it.
Yeah, I think Demas will lead it, right? Because that's like his main task. If that's how we
Okay.
want to do this, like the person it's their job, but then everybody else is kind of helping with their stuff. I think that's cool.
That's fine. I can consort.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and push myself. That's 2 stress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and push myself for an extra die on that. But yeah, everybody can roll your consorts.
Even me?
If you want.
you.
Anybody who wants to.
Oh man. Let's look at my consort. Let's see if I want to do. I don't want to do it.
You got
We
two
got 2
sixes.
6s. Right
We got a
up
crit.
already.
You don't
Yeah.
have to do it.
Oh, sweet.
Well, you still
I-
get to. That's
I got 1 stress from
yeah, from Griffith.
Old
That's
Griffith.
really the only other question in terms of Ohm doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
We know that
Is it
Ohm
a
is busy
stress?
doing so many things here. So
Mhm.
like,
I was probably pretty focused. Cool. So that's a crit. That helps. If we just do
Fill
these,
that
if we
clock.
just do these group actions, then we'll be done like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Score was 20 minutes. Thanks for coming out. Yeah. Yeah. No, you spread a whole bunch of rumors around between a lot of you. There's this word gets out really well. There's definitely some wraiths who come sniffing around. You spot them out there. I think it might actually spread to like more than just one gang. But the wraiths are like the main ones who like they definitely make an appearance. I think you also catch like
Mhm.
one member of the Silver Nails does like kind of a walk by at one point. Kind of curious about what all might be going on. Recognize him by the haircut but the wraiths are the ones where it's like, yeah, they have, there's definitely somebody in a plague doctor mask up on the roof on the side of the street, out silhouetted when the lightning crashes and stuff like that. And then like a couple of like out back. The gutter snipes are like, yeah, we found one trying to pick through the trash or something like that. So they're definitely around. We caught somebody trying to peek in one of the windows, and then like he punched Stev in the stomach, and Stev fell down. Stev's like, I did not. I took it. I swung back, and then he put on like a Plague Doctor mask and he took off. So he was like, sure, you
Okay,
did, Stev.
Stev.
You did not.
Good job, Steph.
Yeah.
Good old
I
stuff.
will I would teach him in the Taikarosu ways of battle. He may die, but he will be stronger for it.
yes.
Lesson 1: the back left. Yeah, so there's definitely word on the streets, and there are people who are coming to start sniffing around. I guess the question is just, what else have you done that has made this so appealing that they are on their way and sending Hutchbot?
It looks like our video's frozen on the stream.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Since we rolled the crit, so it hasn't. Okay, now it's moving again.
Yeah, I'm getting my encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings message again. So,
Yeah.
Rip.
yay.
It's all good.
Still says I haven't dropped any frames, but obviously.
Yeah, the audio
that
is coming
a
through
lie.
crystal clear, but yeah, it looks like the
Maybe-
video struggled.
Maybe we in the future do like a lower bit rate, if that would help. At all.
Yeah, I tried turning it up because before it was like when I was testing, it was super crunchy. But
Oh, okay.
I might have to see if there's a middle ground that works. It doesn't look too bad.
So another thing that I'm thinking that Griffith could do is, and it's risky,
That is
is
our
that-
situation.
I'm all for it. All right.
is that maybe like he brings Snowflake by like one of the days. Like if we have a cage, just to test it and then take it away, or like in that way. And I'm trying to figure out how I do this in the snow. Oh, I could do it as a prowl. Like I'm trying to do it all sneaky like. Or some horse shaped type of thing, right?
No, Snowflake's good.
Like, no, that's my retirement. Quit screwing up my retirement. You don't see me sinking your Leviathan ships.
Yet. Give it another
Demas
week.
could definitely help with the prowl too, because he's pretty good at that.
Maybe like we're trying to sneak. Maybe not Snowflake, but like we bring a cage in, but we're trying to be sneaky about it.
Right, like we're
Yeah.
trying to break things in to test, like, can we get the cage in and out of this door to be able to manage and like do the things?
Yeah.
Like,
We want to do a group action prowl.
Yeah, I can help with that
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, who wants to lead?
I'll lead it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're about to learn that you actually
Risky.
just break the game if you use teamwork all the time.
Teamwork.
standard.
Is it risky still?
No.
yeah, we'll say it's risky still.
All right, we got one.
2,
That's 2.
Yeah.
3.
And
3.
All right.
Oh yeah, there is definitely enough of like, you know,
the
And we didn't
devil's
fail.
crit.
Hit the
casting the shadow through the window of like Kess's cardboard cutouts, like unicorn to cast the shadow of the
Yes.
drapes. And like moving this specially shaped cage that has like the horn shaped mini cage attached to it. It's like and like, you know, that guy who's been like kind of up across on the building across the way, you can kind of catch him like when lightning crashes, or like every once in a while there's like, you know, the little trail of smoke up above as they're like smoking some crappy little seaweed cigarette that like you can catch the cherry of when he inhales, right? Like there's definitely that guy, and then like noticing all of this happening, and like the gutter snipes may let you know that, like, you know, there were a couple other kids that were around, and like that guy talked to them, and like they took off the direction of Six Towers. And then that guy talked to a couple other people and played Dr. Masks. Like, yeah, it's on his way.
child labor. So despicable.
See, you're replacing child-based telecommunications with Leviathan blood-based telecommunications, and that's upgrade? Question mark.
So many kids are gonna be out of jobs.
I know.
I know, right? Like you are destroying the child economy.
The urchin
That's-
economy is.
And what are
gonna
they?
tank.
What are they going to have to do? Go to school?
How dare.
Yeah, right.
The fuck?
Oh, yeah.
They
We
need
can't allow
jobs. They
that.
need well-paying
I was
jobs.
about to say, let them go to school. Is the Duskfall let them eat cake? Because there are no schools for them to go to.
Yeah.
They're just gonna sit
Ironically, there
around.
may be cake, but it's made out of like mushroom flour and seaweed.
See, I was on board until you said seaweed. I was like, oh, I would try that.
Sure.
Yeah, but like seaweed is a thing that people eat.
No, kale is something
Yeah.
that people eat.
Oh,
Seaweed
seaweed
is
too.
Seaweed
You wrap,
is
it,
too?
you wrap your sushi in it.
I thought that was kale.
No.
Seaweed.
I've been lied to my entire
Kale
life.
is
pretty good.
extra gross.
Yeah, kale's
Kale
worse
is
than seaweed.
fine. Don't worry about kale. Kale's never done anybody any harm.
All right.
I feel like we have a kale person here.
Yes, so there's definitely that, like, you know, scene where it's like, here's us looking at the front of the side of the shop that faces the street, and like the camera panning to the side and seeing like a goat cart right up that has like 4 guys in plague doctor masks in it, and then from behind, like, you hear like ka-chunk, 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 and like you start seeing like the shadow through the mist of like Hutchbot.
So now's the part where we have to get everything rigged to go.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think there's that cart with like the handful of wraiths that are in it, And there's actually like a few more wraiths that have been like around the neighborhood, like watching the building, like spotting and like, you know, all this information that you've been passing around. They've been the ones who've been like absorbing that and passing it along. Who are going to like kind of like spread out and start to like encircle the building. As
So I
like, you
think
know, the
we
cart
light the
pulls up out
fireworks.
front and Hutchbot, you know, kind of, you know.
Mhm.
This is the part where it's like, okay, you got what you wanted. Yep.
Yeah,
Now what,
alright,
guys?
Did it.
Yeah.
Now what?
All right, you have summoned
One
the
of the-
Tarask. Let's move on.
One of the things should be that, like, in a hurry, papers were set on fire because we heard the people coming or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that should be a red herring.
so definitely
Mhm.
like what is it? Maybe I'll spend some subterfuge supplies out of my gear bag here, and there's like a barrel that's in the middle of the tinker shop, and there's just a bunch of stuff thrown into the barrel. And obviously like schematics and documents and all that kind of stuff are in there.
Mhm.
Along with like a while back we had like a broken mask. Maybe that one is like fully broke, or
Mhm.
there's like parts of the mask material or something like that are in there. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Not an actual mask, but like parts of the material I use to make them.
And
Okay.
Demas is going to mark a fine bottle of whiskey for the final time as he pours it over all of his papers up in the office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just pouring it over the mat, like doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yes.
Demas. Don't worry. Griffiths has got a few in his back pocket. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you'll have a
Griffith
little-
has got like 3 months worth.
I got
squirreled
3
away.
months worth just squirreled away somewhere else. Like we ain't giving up this
He's
stuff.
been,
up.
he's
This
been
is
grabbing
good.
a bottle every time he walks out, just like, oh yeah, thanks. Dude's like, yeah, okay. And then he's just been carrying it
Where
to
are
his
these
wife.
gonna get delivered to?
The safe house. As soon as he knew there was a safe house, there's been like
Safe house. Oh,
of whiskey to the safe
consistent
house.
whiskey.
It's so weird. There was like 16 goat carts going by, and it just rattling bottles. What the hell?
The
Who's throwing a
hell?
party? Who's throwing a party? I don't understand. At the docks? What?
He ain't giving this stuff up.
That's
He
good.
has his
Oh.
vices.
I did mark it on my sheet though. I'm using it. I'm officially using it.
Nice. I'm up for
That
it.
increases. So since it's a fine bottle of whiskey, that increases the effect, right?
Of the flames that will
Of the
destroy everything.
flames,
Yeah, sure.
It's
Okay.
actually a
That's-
fine house fire now.
It's
The flames
uridite.
of the flames of blue instead of just regular.
Right.
They're the hottest of hot.
Yeah, it burns like some real like
Thermite.
Appalachian shine. Like it's got like the jet fuel.
Goes up real quick.
Yeah.
I think one of us should like step out at a moment where we know we can be seen and realize that someone's coming and go back in.
Oh, they're around. Like they are around the building, and Hutchbot is arriving in front.
More so it's like they know that we know that they know we're here.
I'm not doing it.
Demas will do it.
I was
Demas
gonna
will
say,
do it. All right.
Demas will do
It's
it.
more of just
think-
like, oh
can
fuck
we-
you guys.
I kind of want like I don't know if we're there yet. I don't want to jump this too early, but I kind of want like Demas to have that bottle of whiskey in his hand and just kind of have it kind of dripping with him as he walks out on the front, and then he'll just like have a conversation. But I think I would like to start the fire with like a pipe, like him just like tossing his cigarette or whatever down and just lights the whole shop up. Kind of sitch.
So are you trying to
Yeah,
like go
I went-
outside the front door
But that
where,
like
where
he's
Hutchbot
going
is
outside to be
standing, or,
seen.
like-
Yeah, he wants to have a little conversation first, right? You got to make sure that they know we're in there.
The conversation
mean,
with
the-
them
yeah.
or with one of us
With,
there.
with them.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
he's gonna walk out. The idea I hope is that we've all got our plan ready.
Yeah, no, I
Sure.
mean you
And
can
then-
step out the front door and like you can open it. You hear like ka-chung, 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 and then a stop. Right? I mean like they're there. You can step out that door and there is a goat cart parked on the far side of the street. There's 5 or 6 different wraiths out here. and then
Yeah.
there is the
What is the
9-foot
gain?
metallic glory that is Hutchbot.
What is the gain of you putting your neck out, bud?
We gotta know we're in there. I'm
Alright.
gonna beg for our lives in a very convincing way, I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
Or try to tell it, like, I gotta make
Oma.
it convincing. So be like, I don't know what you're talking about. What unicorn?
Yeah.
Because that's how you know there is a unicorn in there. Is when somebody says there's not.
Right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, I don't know what order we do want to do this in, because I feel like there's still stuff to set up inside the shop.
Yeah, I think there's like the demolitions and
Oh, yeah. I can definitely be going around pre-wrecking this place. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's easy enough. So I will use my fine wrecking tools, and I'm gonna get the whole place staged to, I guess, collapse, right? Because now we're working on the next lineup, which is blow up Hutchbot.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more along the lines of like when it goes up, we make the rec roll and we count that you used that tool, right? Because like
Okay.
it's one thing to be a group roll, which it's not, and it's one thing to do two people where you can do a setup action, but you're not two people doing a setup action. So it sounds like that's part of you doing the rec, is that you have done some prep work for the rec using that tool.
Okay.
So when the moment comes to say, yes, we set it off, and I have done some pre-work for it, so it's getting this bonus from the tools.
Gotcha. What about doing like a? What about giving giving Demas here a gadget or something like that, like some sort of trap that he can set down on his way back in the place or something like that. Like obviously trapping the door with some sort of like shock electrical thing or something like that. Like
Big Sparkcraft bear trap.
yeah, exactly. Like oh, okay, you're not gonna. All right, cool. And then like you go inside and you clearly attach like some big jumper cables to like part of the door frame or some shit like that. And
Yeah.
I've got some sort of gizmo for you that's an electric trap. I'm just trying to think of some way to assist him in this moment
Mm-hmm.
with my tinkering.
I've
Yeah.
set up an Overwatch, so I have a plan. I just got to wait for it.
Okay.
I
My
think
plan
okay.
is for the aftermath, which is making the place look like it's been in use, right? Like we didn't just clean up everything so that we could leave it. So my action doesn't really have to do with Hutch. It has more to do with like, should they come poking around, that it looked like our normal operations are still going on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think cutting back out to the front is just, there's Hutch. I should have known it was you. Give back what you stole. Right? Like,
I think Demas
I
is
know
like
you've got
smoking.
it. You know you've got it. Hand it over. Otherwise, ka-chunk, you know what happens, right? Like,
Yeah, I think Demas is smoking. Maybe he's swaying a little bit as he's got this like bottle kind of limply hanging in his hand that's been like pouring a trail all the way down the front steps.
You're in your mask,
And
right?
he's like, "Hmm, what was that?"
Are you in your mask?
Yeah. But it's like pulled up, kind of like how Ghost always wears his, to where like the mouth is showing, so he's got the little dog-eared cigarette, and like he just looks rough. I think Demas is trying to portray like a very rough, like stressed appearance. But he'll stumble be there, and I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll kind of ash it, be like, what do you mean, Hutch?
I think he will take like one step, which closes like almost the entire distance between the two of you, and be like, all the time I spent watching over all of you, never seen you drunk like this. Just confirms what I already know. Hand it over or else.
It's funny, Clutch, I almost didn't recognize you with a spine. You're a bit taller. Yeah, I know.
Trying to get yourself killed.
I was gonna say that's the part where Hutchbot turns around, like looks at the wraiths. They all kind of have that like clutch the pearls moment, and he comes back around with the fist. Like,
Right, yep.
Like, oh, he didn't.
I was gonna say, clutch the pearls moment from like the gang inside. Like,
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, Dimas.
I guess there's a reason for it. I don't know.
inside, it's like, wrap it up. Shit's getting started.
Yeah, I think Demas is about halfway through the. If you want, you're just gonna have to come inside and then gets like punched through the door.
yeah.
kinda
Then we get to
cinch.
like the camera inside the shop as Demas comes through the window. Like, yeah. Like,
But I'm gonna resist some of the harm from that. I think,
okay.
if that's cool.
Yeah. No, I think that it starts at like level 3 pummeled, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
it's fun.
huge.
Yeah. It's like an action rolled it because I didn't really roll anything, so I'm not sure that accomplished. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I'll take it either way. Just a roll to like do something. I don't know.
Well, what
can
what
I
were you
draw
trying
him?
to accomplish there?
I think I was trying to like get him
Mad.
in the shot, like get him close and get him in to where like once the place goes up, like he's in.
I also felt like you were trying to get him mad.
And also
trying-
mad, yeah.
So that he's the one that's
He's
gonna
not
burn
thinking
his
about
place.
it too. Yeah, and he's not thinking about it too hard, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could that be a couple ticks on blow up Hutchbot because I blew up his whole situation. I blew up his ego.
You convinced him to like edge into a situation that's not great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, I don't know. What is the role there?
Are you? Oh, sorry. Are you doing like a command or a
Command
sway?
kind of feels like it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
To like get him off balance and get him mad so he's stupid.
You're trying to
Sure,
direct
yeah.
him into doing something. You're not necessarily trying to convince him to change his
Mhm.
mind, kind of deal.
Command obedience with your force of personality, intimidate or threaten, lead an action. Sure. What's the position?
You're already getting hit.
I'm already getting hit. So
yeah,
it's
I
like,
kind of want to say desperate, but
okay. Yeah. Do I get like the fact that I'm automatically getting hit? Does that give me anything? Is that like a devil's bargain that I
Sure.
that I kind of just asked for without really saying it? Okay. So we'll call it desperate. Effect is standard, of course. Bonus dice 1 for the devil's bargain.
Yep.
Which means I don't have to push myself because that's just for free. I'm not going to use Daredevil because I know that I need to roll well to resist these consequences. So I don't think I'm going to get a die removed from that prospect. 2 dice wouldn't be terrible. Well, whatever. We'll just roll it as it is. I missed. There, 5. This seems
Okay.
fair, though.
See, that's
It works out.
Yeah, he slams you as it fails, and but we do
Alright.
he punches you. You come in through the window, and he advances on the store. Right.
What
like,
kind of resistance roll is that? Prowess? Because I'm getting my shit rocked.
Yeah, I need a character sheet to look at. Why can't I decide which one to pick?
It's the one that has wreck
Yeah.
and skirmish.
Prowess makes sense.
Cool. Bonus dice, none.
Oh, look at you with your
Oh,
Suffer
nice.
6 stress minus the highest die result.
So yeah,
None.
goes down from level 3 harm to level 2 harm, and you suffer no stress.
Gut punch.
Yeah.
In all caps.
Yeah. Okay.
We get like that scene of like Demas comes back through the window and like lying on the floor, mask half up, like Like,
Yeah, but the feigned drunkenness is now gone. Though he's ready to hop.
Yeah.
Up. Go.
Right.
All right, guys, he's here. Let's go.
Ohm has the
So-
trapdoor open for you to get down into it.
Yeah.
yeah, there will definitely be like ka-chunk. He is advancing on the front door. And he takes big steps. That is not many steps for him to get there. But
Do we
Griffith, I know you were-
confirm that I closed the door behind me and obviously trapped it just for funsies?
Yes.
And I went in
I
through the
think-
window, so all that's
Yeah,
still
you
intact.
open the door, you step outside. They see you like connect the like the jumper cable to like the exposed nail there, and then
Yeah.
close it behind you.
Yeah.
Your plan
Just
all
fly through
along
the
was to
window.
go back through the window.
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I
just didn't
certainly
know it.
wasn't about to go in the door.
Yeah.
That's right. This is all
So-
according to plan. That's the way this character works. Everything that
Yeah.
happens was intentional and on
That's
purpose.
right. That's right.
As soon as he opens up his fire chest, I want to take a shot at the heart.
Is he gonna do it? That's the thing.
Right now, he's not like opening that cavity, right? Like it has an opening like Iron Man, where like you can see the thing that lights up in his chest and stuff like that. But he's not like opening up to fire off the beam, and he's kind of thing.
What's his face look like? Like, do we see his ghostly presence in his face?
He's
and
kind of
stuff?
like
is that-
big and metallic with like kind of a round sort of dome-ish part where like the head would be, and there's kind of like an opening in it where like that T-shape from the Mandalorian masks. But it's like a little bit bigger, and inside that you can see like the glass and the swirling blue of like where his ghost is in that spirit guard that's connected to the machine.
As soon as because I'm sure he's in at this point or coming in, or is
He's in
is
the
he
process
still
of going
outside, or
in
is
through the
he
front.
getting-
He's in the process of
Alright,
like
so
coming up to the
I-
front and like opening the wall. Yeah.
I have a thing called Scout that gives me a +1 effect if I'm in a prepared position, or is that?
Mhm.
Oh no! When you hide and prepare for position, you in camouflage, you get a plus die roll. Oh, it doesn't work. Wanted to give it a +1. Does the effect work if I'm targeting? Like I'll send it in the chat.
We have the fine weapons, which give you greater effect.
Yeah, but I want to
When you
get to. I
gather
want to go
input
from
of-
great to extreme.
You can push yourself. Wait, I can assist you actually with my ability for free, which would give you greater effect.
Yeah, and this is for being
Yeah.
hidden. This is so that you can not
Okay.
be noticed by Hotspot.
So what is this hunt? Nope. This would be
So what are you
sniping him
trying
in the
to do?
face.
Sniping him? Okay.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm using my fine long rifle with ectoplasma ammunition, and I'm trying to snipe him in the face. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Is that finesse
So-
or is that prowl?
Could that also be a reason, like the manner with which I lured Hutchbot was to line him up for a shot from Griffith once I had been yeeted through the window? I got hit with a power yeet.
Yeah, sorry. I was definitely not on another screen setting up a different clock.
That's great.
So, hey, it says you use electroplasmic ammo. Stuff happens. Yeah, that can definitely be part of like, why would anybody go stand in front of that thing? It's like to try to grab its attention so it's facing the direction the guy with the rifle is. Yeah. That makes sense. That's totally fair.
Cool. So that's
Alright, so it
that's
is
an
hot.
assist.
Cool.
Yeah.
Risky.
Yeah.
That takes it from great to extreme. Are we boosting the effect or giving me an extra die?
We'll do. I think you want to go for the effect, so I'll give you some
Yeah.
effect, and then if you
Okay.
want to push yourself for a die, I think you can still do that.
I got 4. I got 10, 4 stress.
Hold on. Can I think it'd be cool if Ohm jumped in on this. I've got a bandolier of alchemicals, and it'd be pretty awesome if I could toss down a grenade of binding oil to get Hutchbot momentarily stuck right as he's coming in. And maybe that would help you.
That'd be like a setup action. That'd be good.
Yeah. Is that doable? Or we already kind of have a setup action with Demas, is that right?
I was just going to use my foresight thing for the free assist, but I think a setup action might work differently. I think those
Yeah,
are...
setup actions change out like the effect level.
Okay. Then yeah, I think I'd like to try and do a setup action to make this shot better. If that's
It's
doable.
already at.
Okay.
Well, hold on, David. Before you do that, it's already at extreme. Like
But then my
with-
assist could be for a die instead, maybe?
Oh, okay.
And then you get both, right? This way we can both be useful.
Right.
Okay,
That
cool.
makes
So
Yeah,
I think
nope,
I think if we're going to do another action, like Ohm has to like lob it through the window to like land it out there where he's stepping in it,
Right.
then we might want to wait to roll Griffiths until we roll that one first for.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, and I think
Love it,
that I think the way it works is that like Hutchbot like rips through the wall, right? And Ohm is just like sticky bomb or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
like Ohm is ready for the wall to open or for Hutch to like be present. It's like, okay, that's how you want to do it. All right, then here's my response to Hutch coming in, kind of thing.
Yeah, like that view from inside is two big metal hands through the edge of the door jamb, crackling, where like plugged the car battery onto it, just like
Yeah.
tearing it open so you can see like crouched down Hutchbot, and then you can like you whip
You
it
see
and
the
take your shot.
little X that Demas had drawn on the floor earlier for exactly where he'd be standing.
Yes, it's like this is how I see it's all going down. This right here, remember this spot. It's like, okay, it's weird. So yeah, is this like a wreck? I feel like this is a wreck.
Can I assist on both of these?
Because
I get 2 of them per score. I would love to do that. Just use all my usefulness right here before I'm reduced to a pulp.
Before you bug out.
Where you die.
Before Hutchbot's
I'm
finished the job. Sorry, I was just trying to find the setup action part just to see.
Oh, gotcha.
I think if you're trying to land it in one specific spot, it almost sounds finesse to me. But if it's just kind of like
I just
anywhere
need him to
over
hold
here,
still.
yeah.
I need him to hold still, and I don't think that it has to be like especially accurate. It just needs to be in the area, right? Because this is like a
Yeah. Okay.
grenade-like thing.
And then assisting, that is that a die or effect, or like I forget what the choices are for all this stuff. It's only been
For
a year.
assist, when you assist another player who's rolling, describe what your character does to help. Take 1 stress and give them +1 die to their roll.
Okay, so you get an extra die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is my position probably risky, or is it desperate?
I think doing this is risky. Like once he's in closer quarters, stuff is going to be desperate.
Okay.
But here he's still kind of across the entire width of the building, which is
Gotcha.
it's not a huge building, but
He's
you know,
not like
you're-
hands on me just yet. Yeah.
you're not directly in hand's reach. Yeah.
Okay. So standard effect. All I'm trying to do is give a setup action for Griffith here.
Yeah.
So standard effect. And I'm gonna
Plus
get
1
a
die.
+1 die from you.
hmm
Okay.
I drew the X on the ground, tell you right where to aim.
Yeah. You're like, hey, this is the area. Yep. Okay.
We spent some time beforehand with like a baseball, so you can,
Yeah.
this is what it's like when you do it. All right.
Ooh,
6.
got my 6.
Straight onto the X, shatters perfectly, spreads that direction. You see Hutch take like one big mechanical footstep down into it, and then like
As like dives for cover.
As Ohm starts, like through that back door.
Yeah.
There's a note on the table as you duck through that door. Kess is like, "I'll see you in a couple days at such and such place."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kess like, I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm taking that note. If there's a note about Kess and where she's gonna, that's not staying here for somebody to find later.
Yeah. No, it was like safety pin to your jacket on the back of a chair.
Yeah.
No, this note is not to lie behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Griffith, you'll get that moment where Hutchbot is takes the big step and kind of maybe rears back a little bit, what is going on here?
Extra die and increased effect.
Yeah.
All right, don't betray me. You son of a bitch.
Yo, that 5 though.
All those ones.
Why is it
all those
when I want to do cool ass shit, roll 20's just you don't get to be cool, you get to be lame. We got.
So I don't think that's you don't get to be cool. I think that's you get your shot off. It's extreme. So we'll give it the rest of that first blow up the Hutchbot clock, right? It hits, you see that spider web pattern, and things are doing the electroplasmic shocks wriggling through all the seams and Hutchbot and stuff like that. I think the mixed success there is that as he has jammed his hands into the door jamb and torn this kind of front part of the building off, that he definitely gets hit and kind of knows where it's at without having specific detail, but he can tell which building you're on top of. And he takes this chunk of storefront and whips it, and it smashes whatever's below you. So Griffith is kind of hanging on to the crumbling top of this building, as a bunch of it shatters out from underneath. And I think there are some of the wraiths that are there on the ground will definitely be they'll notice that. So there's 3 of them that are going to start to head the direction of that building.
Awesome.
So you're holding on 2 stories up.
Can I use finesse to climb myself back up out of this situation? Or prowl?
I think it's a resistance roll, right?
I didn't get hurt.
But bad things are happening to you, so you can resist those to make them less bad. I think is the idea. It doesn't have to be have to be physical harm.
I'm sorry. I'm only using physical harm.
It's normally physical harm.
I was like, I didn't get hurt.
It's only come up a few times as it would not being in that context. Yeah.
So is that prowess?
So I think there's 2 there. One is resisting, I am dangling and holding on for my life and I'm going to have to do it, and that's it crumbles out, but you nudge up onto the part that's not crumbling off first, and then the other is there's guys headed for that building.
Okay.
What if it's insight? You kind of foresaw it coming and you rolled out of the way or something like that.
I want prowess. I got way more.
I gotta go with the dots. I gotta go with the dots on the page. It tells me what I gotta roll.
Yeah, I get you.
Do what I got the dice in. Yeah. So that would be. There's 2 things going on. They can be resisted separately.
Okay, so I'm gonna do prowess this first time. Thank you, buddy.
So that is 3 stress, and instead of being dangling and you're gonna be holding on for your life, you're you scramble up on top of the what's part of the sloped roof of this building, and not the balcony you were on before that's kind of fell down.
Yeah. Fuck me. Do I take the punishment of having race and just try to fight my way out of this at this point? Because if I do that again, I'm a stress out, and that's my 4th trauma.
Oh, rip.
Yeah.
I mean, for right now, for right now, they're just on their way. They're not there yet.
Yeah, let's maybe wait till.
Yeah, I'm in a better position. Like I've gotten out
Yeah.
of the I'm gonna fall to my certain death.
You can maybe next
You're
time.
not like just a pinata for them to start taking shots at anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like you can try to get the hell away from here at
What
least.
about like on your next full action, you prowl out?
That's what I'm thinking. Like I'm gonna just try this. Well, it depends on how everything else goes, but yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So then let's come back to that one in a second because I'm actually kind of curious where Maribel's at.
I'm kind of curious where Maribel's at too, because I've been having trouble placing her in this scene. Because this is fucking dangerous, and she's no good in this situation. So
I mean, she might not be like directly here. She might be doing something somewhere else to help this along.
yeah, I think that's.
I can offer one that like it would be a flashback to do it, and I think it would be a couple stress. But that Maribel's not actually in the building. Maribel is masked up with a communication fetish in the building across the street. So she's like behind where there's Wraiths and Hutchbot going into the building. So she can be in a position to be like, blow it now.
That sounds good. Yeah, because otherwise the only care that Maribel has really is that Ohm gets out.
Ohm has many escapes from this place.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm just eye in the sky coordinating.
Okay.
And keeping eyes on like where the Wraiths are going to go get Griffith and stuff like that.
I have an idea.
I was going to say that was a 2 stress flashback to kind of make that change of plan.
I have an idea. I'd like for Ohm to have some kind of gadget that makes the sound of a unicorn fighting or like or being disturbed. You know, some sort of noisemaker I can just put like not in sight, you know, like maybe it's down a floor or something like that, but it's loud and it's like some kind of gizmo to like, hey, yeah, it's here and it's like leaving now. So Hutch, you better light stuff on fire if you want to find it, kind of thing.
Okay. That one's also like a fairly complicated thing to just kind of like pull out of the background.
Yep.
So that's I think that's going to be another 2 stress one.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay. And then we can make that roll for does it convince him enough to like be drawing him into, you know, no, come further into the building and set it on fire on top of yourself, right?
Could that be a tinker roll? Because it's like the quality of the thing that was made.
That's what I'm going for. Yeah, if I can.
That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
It's so hype.
I kind of don't think Ohm is in line of sight of Hutchbot right now. Am I still in risky position or I mean Hutchbot can do damage, so I mean like I totally would accept risky, but I just wanted to see if.
Yeah, I think this is still.
Okay.
It's there's enough other chaos going on that like you're not controlled.
Yep.
Like so, it's not that step up. You're not desperate because like yeah, you're out of line of sight. You're not right there. But yeah.
Okay. So standard effect. I think I'm gonna sit with what I got in terms of. I don't think I'm gonna do any devil's bargain or anything like that. It seems like a bad time. I did spend a gadget. So spending an item, does that add anything here?
Is it in bold or is it labeled as like fine or anything like that?
No, it's just spend gadget.
Yeah, then it's just.
Okay, just allowing me to do this thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of the fictional placement of like, yeah,
okay,
there's
perfect.
a thing.
Awesome, good. Okay.
Mixed.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I'll take the 5. In terms of like things that maybe happened bad to Ohm here. I don't know, like maybe Hutch knows where I am now, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, because
Ohm would have been hidden after tossing that sticky bomb. I would have ran to
yeah,
the next room or downstairs or whatever, and would have tried to not be found immediately. But probably now it's pretty obvious where Ohm is.
yeah. Like you've set off the big crank it machine that has like the bullhorn on it. It's like
Yeah,
like whatever.
yeah.
I have no idea what noise a unicorn makes. If you
It's
know
not
chat,
great.
then post in chat. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not good. You don't want to
That
hear it.
unicorn, not great.
No.
yeah, no.
Like, if you crossed a horse, a crocodile, and a demon.
Right.
So the wailing of the damned mixed with the weird hissing, plus a horse sounds, which aren't
Nays, like yeah,
like they're not the most concerning sound. I'll say that it can
yeah.
be a bit disconcerting at times. The sounds that horses make. So,
Right. You're right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely enough for them to be like, oh, we got to go that way. It sounds like there's something. Ohm has kind of given away his position here.
Yep.
And I think you do hear lots of footsteps like outside the back door and stuff. Like they do have like the whole building surrounded with wraiths.
Yeah.
I think Demas wants to lead Hutchbot to the roof.
Oh.
Because how do you fuck him up more than dropping him through an entire building plus everything under, right? Like,
Oh. Okay. Well, then this needs
get
to be
some
up
height.
higher. This
Yeah.
needs to go up higher then. So I'm up a floor or something like that.
Yeah, because I think Ohm's got his own getaway plan, but Demas is planning on leaving via roof in some fantastic, ridiculous fashion. But
Okay. Well, I don't want to like make Hutch go in two different directions. So
yeah,
then the unicorn sound was coming from the floor above.
Okay. I think there is a lot of shouting from Hutchbot, and then there's a lot of like splintering wood noises. Because he's not off the floorboards, but the floorboards have torn. Like he's got that big metal foot and is like stuck. And instead of it being like, oh, I got my foot off, it's like, oh, this entire patch of floorboards has come with my foot.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. It's all tripped up.
yeah. So he's a little not as nimble as he would be as the like giant 9-foot robot thing. Um, um, yeah, he's just basically gonna scream like, stop screwing around and just hand it over. It'll be easier for all of us. Hand it over now and I'll let you die quickly. Like,
Yes. Boy, what a selling argument.
yeah.
I saw that's a very common thing in media that I've seen recently. I've seen several instances of that where it's like, well, if you tell us if you tell us what we want to know, we'll kill you. If you don't, we'll leave you here and we'll let all those zombies kill you.
Right.
Which one do you prefer?
Right.
Like, like take your pick.
One bullet, 800 zombie bites.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you want to go? Yeah. So where is Demas right now?
Demas is up off the floor, like kind of on the stairs, right? Like looking upstairs and being like, get it out, let's go, like up, kind of deal. Like that we have this weird contraption on the roof or some bullshit prepared to move this unicorn is the narrative that we're trying to sell here.
We're selling here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you head up the stairs also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, then you do hear like, the splintering in the floorboards as you like make your way up through the stairs. And I think you do hear like ka-chunk, kind of muffled ka-chunk. Like, big chunk of wood stuck to my foot that I can't get off. Um, and then I think there's probably like one pillar that kind of goes up through like most of the building, providing support. And you feel that shudder. And then you see a hand come up through the floorboards of the second floor, and like just start like shoving the floorboards to the side like dominoes kind of deal. Like tearing an opening there. Because he's too big to fit up your skinny ass little stairway. Come on.
That's right.
And then he will be like, he reaches up through that, grabs that main supporting pillar, and like hoists himself up. And that's when you do see like that central chest cavity like starting to like the blazing flame demon heart inside.
Question is,
yes.
Can I see it? Is there windows?
I would assume that.
Can I set him up for that?
Yeah, I would
with
assume
my
that layer
master
typically
plan?
doesn't have windows open, but it would make sense that like we knew, hey, along this wall is where Griffith is going to be, so let's open some of the upper windows or something like that.
Somewhere on these upper floors is a chalk marked X.
Yes, so somebody spend a stress that is, I went through prepping these floors with open drapes, like on all these big ass windows. Like,
Demas will spend that. He did all the prep work for this. I think as far as like orchestrating where Hutch was going to go, I think that was probably Demas's kind of burden for this. So I'll mark that stress that windows are open. Could I roll a prowl to kind of like maneuver, like not really the stealth aspect of it, but I think prowl also covers like traversing obstacles, right? The like sliding under tables and jumping over things to kind of lure him, the hardcore parkour to get into the right spot as like my setup action.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I'm seeing right now is that meme of the whatever's going on. The guy's being chased, and he's like, parkour.
What is my position? To narrowly avoid Hutchbot, I wonder.
To narrowly avoid Hutchbot? I think that sounds desperate.
Well, I got to keep him close enough to where he's right where I need him to be. Because if I run too far ahead, it's unpredictable. So it's
if you run too far ahead, he just flame blasts. If you stay close enough that like he could try to grab you, then like he can try to grab you.
Yeah. Okay, so desperate. I am gut punched, so that's -1 die on this one. But my effect remains the same. Submit. I have a bonus die because it's a desperate action. I'm going to take the -1 on the resistance roll.
Okay.
So that'll get me to 3 dice, and I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy. I'm happy to die like this.
This could be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
All fine.
Okay. So my setup action is a 5 on desperate.
Okay.
So
that's still going to count as a setup action.
Oh, it didn't minus the die. I guess, okay, that would have been a 0. That's my bad for bonus dice because it's -1, but then +1. That's on me. So still a 5 though.
Well, Daredevil gives you 1 for the roll, but takes 1 out of the resistance.
Yeah, and I lose 1 die because I have level 2 harm. Yeah, so I could have just left that as a 0. I didn't think about it.
Gotcha.
I thought, I don't know what I thought.
It does not calculate that on the sheet apparently. Okay. All right, so still your top roll is a 5, the other rolls are 4s, so that's still a mixed success. It counts for getting the setup action done. As a desperate action, that's a partial success. I think that is Hutchbot's got you by the ankle. Like you
I don't want that. Close. I would love for that to not be the case. That specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll resist that one with my 5 stress left on my track.
That has to work. Yeah, it will definitely work. It will fill your track.
As long as I don't roll 3 1s, we're good. I'll have stress left.
Yeah.
I just spoke it into existence.
I was like, don't say that.
Oh, but I can only roll 2 dice because it's great, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and resistance roll bonus dice -1.
Oh,
2 5s.
look at you with your 5s.
Okay. Okay.
Was that
You-
harm on
you-
the table or just being stuck on the table?
I think that was like you being in a specific spot and like at his mercy. That was the main thing I was thinking of.
Cool. So
Oh.
I've got him right on the X
Yep.
and just
You
mask
you
is pulled
run
down
towards you run towards the big window that's open, so he's facing the big window that's open towards the building that Griffith is on top of. He's
the
opened up the
cigarette-
chamber. The windows are there. Yeah.
The cigarette's been dropped on the strategic trail of whiskey that is now catching fire and slowly moving towards where it needs to go as I'm chasing it. He's just like, Ghost, now!
Okay.
So that's
So
an
I'm gonna
extra die for the setup?
take the shot.
Was it an assist or a setup action?
It was a setup action.
It's a +1 effect.
Okay,
Oh, nice.
that works for me too.
Yep.
So it's a +1 effect. Cool.
Yes.
Mhm. At that extreme effect on Hutchbot's heart.
So I think this is a real hard shot. Especially having just lost your usual sniper perch that you were on there. So I think it's taking the shot may be desperate. No, Mike, take charge of things. Taking the shot is desperate. Did we lose Casey?
You got guys on the way.
You got guys on the way, and you're trying to shoot into the casing through a window across the street. So yeah, it's a rough shot.
Casey's
I think
frozen.
Casey has frozen on us. Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, Ohm has some things that they need to do while we wait for Casey to come back.
Okay.
Because this feels. Yep.
Yeah.
It's official.
Zoom.
This feels like the time when I need to be working on wrecking this whole place. So Ohm is going to, while all of this setup is going on with Hutchbot, is going to stealth down the water wall. You know where all the old piping and all that kind of stuff is, that like gap in one of the walls, and get my way back down to
That didn't help any either.
to the place.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. So I'm gonna try and get. I'm trying to get into I'm gonna try and stealth into a position where I can take the next step.
I think if David turns his camera off and turns it back on, it fixes it.
Okay, 1 second.
If I'm not mistaken, because he was the last one in with video.
No.
It's back to normal on my screen, but I don't know what that did on the overlays.
No, it didn't. It didn't change it on mine. I don't know if it matters if it changed it on mine or not, because I still have the encoding overloaded message, which may mean that it's not broadcasting video at all right now.
It's doing
hopefully-
something.
Hopefully, at least it's recording the video.
It's recording the video, but I think it might be recording non-moving video, maybe? I don't know. I haven't tried to review it yet. So, yeah, so Casey, as what would you like to do? No, that's
Yes.
it's okay.
So taking a shot at the same time Ohm is repositioning.
I was asking for Devil's Bargain.
Ooh.
The devil's bargain is definitely you get the shot off as those other wraiths get up there to where you're at, and they start wailing on you.
It's 3 of them.
I'm not Milos. That's the problem.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna take it. I gotta get out. This is like I'm taking this as this is the shot like I did with Hutchbot to get Maribel and Ohm out. It's this all over again with the hoping that I can kill you. We'll come close to it. You son of a
Oh. The 3.
Tonight's not my night, guys. Tonight's not my night.
So which weapon were you using?
I was using my fine rifle with ectoplasma bullets again because I was aiming for the heart.
Okay. Um, I think probably the problem here is that like you had the rifle when that balcony like crashed out. Um, and like you slammed into the rifle in the process of like before you could get yourself pulled back up kind of deal. So like you didn't notice that like the barrel had been like damaged. So like you load it up with the electroplasmic shot, you line it up, you see him right there, and it backfires.
Fuck.
Um,
Fuck.
What's the damage?
I kind of want to say like level 3 blinded.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist that.
Like ghost stuff explodes in your face. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Three,
It's so bad.
4. Oh, fuck. Well, that doesn't count because it's a trained hunting pet.
Yeah.
Because I got So I guess I got 2 armor. To resist that, so that takes it down from level 3 to level 2.
Yeah. I think that's like it exploded in your face and you can't see right now, but like it's starting to come back kind of deal. Like
So
it's more like
flashbang.
yeah, like flashbang effect rather than like I have been sprayed in the eyes with something caustic. Right.
Oh, son of a mother.
Um
Maybe I might stick around and yeet a wraith or 2 off the building. I don't know. Make me feel better about my life. You all demons would hear is God damn it.
Yeah, and then Deems is like, probably pauses for a second. It's like, okay, this is fine. And then he just keeps running up the stairs. Like, banking on that, plan B is upstairs.
I think the communicator that I almost said Violet as the wrong character. That Maribel has is with Ohm.
hold on, I got him on comps.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. And there's a lot of action on the roof. Or close to the roof. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm getting down in position. I'm ready to drop the building. I'm
Okay,
getting ready to drop the building. Tell me when.
will do. Yeah. I'm assuming that I have eyes on Griffith as well.
You can definitely see like that building that got hit with the chunk of storefront and like the front crumbled off and
Uh-huh.
you could catch him like pulling himself up and like this blast of like luminous blue that like we all like, oh, that is either like a spirit bottle shadowing or electroplasmic ammo or something bad happening that is supernatural oriented. um, Puffs and
I
goes off over there.
100% don't tell Ohm about that. Let's keep Ohm concentrated on
Okay.
Ohm things. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think Hutchbot Demus makes another run and like goes up like the next set of stairs that like goes up to the door to the roof or something like that. Um, I'm not sure if Ohm has already like tried to go that direction.
Ohm is going down. Ohm wants to be down to try and drop this building with all the preparedness stuff that I was doing, trying to get this building ready to fall with Hutch falling into the drink with it. That's where Ohm is going, is trying to get there unnoticed and then basically get ready for the command to then start wrecking the main support beam here.
Okay, I think there's like multiple people running around in this area as Hutch is like kind of like here, and I think he just lets fly like blast of flame the entire way around. Like we're just going to like try to lay waste to everyone who is here trying to run around and mess with me.
Okay. Okay. So, am I caught in that?
Yes.
Okay. What am I facing? What am I up against here?
I think that is level 2 flamethrown, like burned, like.
Okay. Then. Okay. I will resist that. Is that prowess to resist?
Um,
Or
I think
insight?
prowess if you want to resist it. Armor if you're like, well, I wear my big heavy like lab coat thing, and it's it's made of this fancy new fabric named asbestos that's 100% safe. And like,
Yeah, no, I'm not ready to do that just yet. Not ready to do that just yet.
yeah.
So I'll resist it.
So not only do you not take any stress, you clear 1 stress.
Yes. Yes. But I am level 1 harmed right at this point, right? Like I'm
Yeah,
burned.
like you are like singed. That's
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Okay. So Ohm wants to be. I had made a lot of preps for this place to come down. So I think Ohm is gonna start working on that. I don't know if that's like something that's gonna take some time or what
I
have you.
think
But
I think the
basically
time
the
there is
plan is
yeah, I think the time there is probably mostly you getting into position, right? Like you've
okay.
put charges on the supporting beams and like you have it wired to the thing.
Yeah.
I think the 2 things that are kind of left happening here right now are Ohm to set everything off, and if Demas is going to try to keep Hutch on him to keep like kiting Hutch while Ohm goes the other direction.
Right. Yeah. I guess then Ohm is gonna ask through the mask. Maribel is Demas is Demas ready to leave the building, or has he left the building? I'm ready to go.
As soon as Demas is in position, I will relay that to
Yeah, Demas is like almost at the roof. Like it's about time.
And you're
Whenever
still
whenever
trying
y'all
to,
are ready to pop this cherry, we'll pop it.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
and you're still trying to like, hey,
Mhm.
over here,
I got
come
him.
here, come here.
There is yet another spot on the roof that is marked with a chalk X that is like, if he's standing here, he's fucked. Kind of deal. Like this goes straight down to the canal if shit collapses. And that's a long drop to get there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I kind of want to have that role for like Demas to like keep his attention, like kind of
Okay.
sort of like we've been doing.
And I also, I guess, roll command to command Ohm to do it so that I can help move the pie.
To get the timing right, maybe.
Yeah.
The timing on this is so critical. So like something for Maribel to orchestrate all this would be very helpful, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about doing an assist to give a die, that's stress, not a roll.
No, I was talking about a roll to help move the clock around along.
Set up, or that'd be like a setup action for greater effect, is having the timing just right.
Okay.
Yeah. I will do my prowl again to keep staying just out of reach while navigating what is surely starting to get structurally weak, our hideout.
Yeah, no, he is 9 feet tall and metal, and like has been climbing his way upwards by like grabbing big metal crunchy fists into what is the main support beam through like the
So
center of the
desperate,
building.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Standard effect, no bonus dice because I get 1 added and subtract 1, so we're gonna go 0 on this one.
Okay. But you are using Daredevil then.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
5. That's a 5. 5. Sitting at about a 5.
Um.
It's fine. We're good.
Yeah, I think that's you stay out of reach and like make it through that door right as like a blast of flame kind of comes up and does kind of like catch you in the back.
Cool.
Um,
What are we calling that
um,
one?
Back blaze.
Backdrafts. That's yeah.
I don't think we have sponsors for that.
We don't have that sponsorship, do we?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. We got to work on that one.
No, sorry, it's just gonna be Blue Apron instead. That's yeah. Yeah, no, that's burned. Like level 2
Burned
burned.
like a level 2 burned. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
resist that because I would love to have an empty spot left on that level 2 column just in case some 3s come along. So it's prowess -1 die. All good, all good. A 5.
Okay.
That's one stress.
So
Not bad.
one more strat. Inching closer.
Yeah.
And then like yeah, it's just now Demas is on the roof.
Did that move the clock any?
That
Take any
was to
damage?
like that was to keep
That's a setup.
Hutchbot away from Ulm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because it's all on home now, baby. Let's do some wrecking.
Okay. Can I will do whatever y'all want me to, but I could roll a survey to, since I have eyes on it, to call for the command or call for the attack.
Can I describe what Demas has got going on the roof
Yeah.
as
and
Maribel
then-
surveys it?
Yes. If that's okay with everyone.
Yeah. So Demas is run across the roof and he's standing on like the canal side, right? And he's standing on top of this like little crate. And then Hutchbot is like kind of just kind of toward him, and there's like this spot in the center that is just marked with all kinds of these little markings, and he steps like right on it. And one zone blows this place up. We'll see what happens to Demas. Because I got ideas. I got a fun idea.
And we've said this whole time that like fire is going.
Yeah,
right?
the fire's probably up to the floor below us at this point, I think. Almost.
Well, he
'Cause
was
he's
just
been-
blasting on that second floor a second ago.
Yeah.
So like there's
Super.
like black smoke coming out. He probably punched his hole to get up to this top level again.
The whole like war room just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is my position?
What are you doing? Surveying to.
I'm just doing surveying and calling, like calmly calling when Demas hits his spot. Like, so.
Right. It's risky.
Okay.
Unless you want it to be desperate, which it can be.
I was thinking controlled, honestly, because
It's
like,
more.
well,
There's. You're a little ways away. There's much smoke. There's fire pouring out of the top of the building. There's I don't think
Perfect.
controlled is quite where it's at.
effective standard.
Yeah, standard is good.
Cool. And I'll push myself for an extra die via stress.
Cool.
Bam. How about a crit, baby?
Let's hit that crit.
Dang.
Filled you guys with just
Right now, he is on the spot. Right now, go Ohm, go Ohm, go. Yeah, right. Like,
And Ohm's been down in the basement of this place, right? Like pushing in little bits of ripcord and all that kind of stuff, making sure that everything's set just right, and has been like licking and twisting the wires to get it into the plunger thing and all that stuff.
It is so just like calm voiced, just calm. Demas is in position. You're a go.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're ready. Okay, bam.
like completely different to like the other three.
Yeah.
It's just so calm.
everything is on fire and we're dying. You are
Yes.
a go.
Yeah. And so like Ohm has this probably like some kind of big heavy tarp that they pull over themselves to like shield them from this harm that's about to visit this basement. They're like ducked behind a bunch of stuff and all that kind of stuff, and they pull this det cord, and it goes through and cuts all those support beams, especially the main one, right? And like there's probably like pieces of flaming debris and stuff starting to fall in the first step as that ripcord like goes through and around, like cutting up some of the flooring, and you know, just cringe as we roll to wreck. Obviously, I'm using my fine wrecking tools. I'm also gonna burn my demolition tools here as part of all that prep that we did earlier. So 1, 2, 6. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna do my wreck.
Okay.
What is my position?
I still want to say this is risky.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's stuff that's up here that's going to be coming past me. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's all kinds of room for me to get hurt. Okay. Normally my effect would be limited because I'm a little hurt, but I've had like 2 people do setup actions, and I'm using fine tools.
So standard, great, X. I forget.
Extreme.
This extreme, yes.
Is extreme okay?
Extreme, yes. And I think actually, I mean, from Katrina's crit or Maribel's crit on the setup, if we want to take an extra die from that, I am cool with that.
I would love to take an extra die from that because I want to push myself and gain another die if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Is that doable? Okay, cool. Yeah, pushing myself for yet another bonus die. Let's drop this guy. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh my god, so
4,
many
6,
twos.
2, 2, 2. 6 though.
It's
6 is a full success.
On an
6 is a full.
extreme
Yes. That is. I think there's like this shot from like outside the building where like we've got like the wraiths who are like kind of like narrowing in, but like they also like they're like, this is a flaming building, I don't want to go in there. It's like, you know, but they're like they got like flintlocks out to like cover all the doors, like, you know, there's more guys headed towards the building that Griffith is on top of over there and stuff like that. And you kind of get that view where it's like around like the edge of the building there's just that like but like little fly. And then boom, and inside like that main central pillar that like Hutchbot is standing directly on top of, like that's the thing that falls in first. And then like the rest of the walls kind of come in afterwards, and the whole thing just goes like through the street level.
What does Demas do?
Here's the fun part, right? Here's the fun part. He's standing on this little crate. As soon as everything goes off, the crate under it just explodes. And there's this like metal plate that he's standing on that just launches him over towards the canal. And then he pulls out his little palm pistols and does the like thing that totally works in action movies, is like shooting the water to break the surface tension and just swan dives in. That's his great escape.
So there was some string of ripcord that went all the way up the building to a keg that was on the roof.
Yep. He's got his little. He's like, I don't.
Do we have the stress to pay for that setup?
Sure. I mean, I got 3.
Okay.
I'll spend 2 for that if you want me to.
That sounds fair. That was a complicated thing to get in place, right?
That is a pretty yeah. I got 2. All right.
I love it.
And he's just goes just because he's like, I can't make that jump without a little help. So he's got to get some like a couple sticks of dynamite to just push him off.
I think in the street, we see like all the wraiths that were like there surrounding the building kind of go like, what the fuck just happened? And like kind of back up and like start to run away. I think we hear the ones who are like coming up the stairway like beneath Griffith in the building that he's in, like kind of like see out the window as like this building just falls through the earth, like disappearing.
I want the last one before he leaves the building, like because they're all panicking. I would like one to be tackled by Cerberus. Just for me, just waiting, just long enough, just to wait for me. All right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're scared enough that they're like, "Oh, fucking buddy, I'm sorry," and they're gonna leave him.
Yeah, no, they're not going to stick around to try to take care of one another individually right now. That is,
Okay.
They're too screwed up to do that.
Okay.
I kind of want to have you roll hunt to have Cerberus accomplish that.
Okay, I'll roll it. Let's see if my dog's on point because I haven't been on point the last couple of rolls. What's the position?
It's risky.
Okay. Oh.
Then
Standard
he's
effect.
yeah, but he's like a fine hunting pet, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a
So
fine
it
hunter.
comes up one then, yeah.
Let me see what my go. He's also fast as fuck, boy, because we gave him like that super speed.
Let's
Ghost
throw in an
hunter.
extra die then.
Yeah. He's a good boy. Can you just let me have it, game?
Roll20 will never let you have
Let
it.
me.
Four
let
is a
me
mixed.
just let me have it.
Never, says Roll20.
I think that is he wriggles away from Cerberus after Cerberus had him, but like Cerberus still has a pretty good chunk of him in his mouth when you get down there.
Cool.
Like he's like a half a block down and not moving real fast anymore, but he's a little ways away. He's
Okay.
leaving.
I'll wait. I'll let everybody else go through the scene, and then I have a job. I'm highly annoyed.
Does anybody else have anything else that is part of the score itself here? Yeah.
I do.
Demas is focused on swimming, so I think he's done for the score too.
Ohm's escape. I have to do, but that's it.
During the chaos that will ensue from flying men and robots falling to their demise, and the fire that is probably now going to rage across Crow's Nest, Maribel will quietly leave the building that she is in amongst the rabble that is probably going to be in the street.
Yeah.
And disappear
There's a lot of confused looks and people staring at it. It's like, is it a sinkhole? What happened? I don't understand.
Yes. Just disappear into the dark.
Okay. So David, you had something for Ohm for trying to.
Yeah. So Ohm is, just to cover their escape, is going to pop a smoke bomb down here, just so there's a big plume of smoke. And Ohm
There's a big plume of smoke to begin with. But
right,
yes.
yeah. But specifically in whatever corner Ohm is in, right? Yeah, all that needs to be filled up with black smoke. And Ohm is going to like quickly, while they're in their like high spot, take off their shoes and start to slip down into the water where Hutch and all this debris fell down earlier, right? So they're kind of getting in, and where their neck stalks are is just small enough to make some surface tension to hold a little bucket of water or bucket of air, a little bubble of air, and right down here is a little mouth that can breathe and move and position that and like just and reuse that as Ohm takes a long underwater swim with little webbed toes.
Get it.
Nasty as shit. I love it. I am intrigued. I am disgusted. I am in awe. Is this art? I'm feeling so many emotions. This must be art. That thing you just said.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was evocative.
Cool. Good.
We got Maribel, we got Demas, we got Ohm, Sue Griffith.
Yep.
With what?
So he's hobbling down, right?
Yeah, he's like a ways down the street. He is not trying to stop, but he is not going full speed by any means.
Is there any other wraiths around? Is he like the
You
last
can
one
see a
out?
couple like down at the end of the block, like starting to go around corners and stuff like that. But he's like the last one that's like out here in the street where you can see. You can see that there are like people coming out of another building farther down. Like people are starting to like poke their heads out to be like curious about what happened.
All right, so I would like to prowl up to him, and grab him around the neck, pull out my well ornate Takiroshi blade that we haven't used since episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
the ornate one. And as I grab him, I want to basically say, know that your death was utterly worthless, and you should have never picked a fight with us. You should have just stayed in your little hole and do whatever you thought you was doing. That's what I want you to know. And then I slit his throat. So
Cool.
I'll roll for
Oh.
prowl.
Do it.
Ding, bong.
Now roll 20. That was a cool delivery. If you screw me, I will flip out. Controlled.
Yeah, let's go with control.
All right. Standard effect, or I mean, I don't have any.
Is it a fine
Nah,
weapon?
no. It's just my regular blade. I was gonna say, well, crap. I don't have it. I ran out of space because I forgot I had armor. Then yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you know what? I just snap his neck. I won't use the blade. So bonus die. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I got a 4.
Yeah. You get him. You say your speech. You snap his neck. Bong. Bells go off. As like the crowd of people that Maribel is in the middle of, like filtering out of this building to go out into the streets, are like they empty out to try to do that, like directly facing you. Like,
Oh, do I
so
see
I
that?
think that's. Oh yeah.
Do I
yeah.
see that?
You see that with like all the people who were in this building that like are filtering out into the street. So I kind of just want to be like, yeah, it's like you get spotted and there's extra heat from it, like like +2 heat.
Can I resist that?
Oh, it was a result of a die.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
it's a
yeah, but you
consequence, so
can.
you resist consequences of
Oh,
rolls.
that's-
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Okay.
I mean, you'll trade heat on the crew for stress on yourself.
And how many stress is that? Oh,
Depends on what you roll.
You'd have
no!
to roll, right? Like
Yeah.
it's 1
baby.
to 5. Well, actually, 0 to 5. No.
Yeah, you like move
It's
with like a big cape to cover the situation. Nobody can see who it is, and you like run, and there's a body left behind, but nobody sees whose it is.
Fuck it, let's do it. Let's
Maybe,
do it.
how much stress
you're-
did? Well,
I got 3
time
left.
out, because before we were talking about like you had 3 left, but that was also
I
like
have
your
3
last
left.
trauma.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's
it?
my last trauma. It's kind of poetic. I can think of a character sometime this week to make up if I fail.
it's like maybe 2 extra heat.
On our blank heat slate.
Yeah, on our 1 out of like 9 heat.
Yeah, you've got room to take the heat.
All right, fine.
And 3 heat versus 1 heat doesn't actually change which table you're rolling on for entanglements.
Okay. I'm glad we spent. I'm glad.
Let's
Talk this one out.
let's not
Talk this out.
let's
Talk this
not
out.
burn Griffith completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're this close to like you guys like our goal is to get the hell out of town. Like to have Griffith like not even make it that far. Like, oh, come on.
I mean,
You got more. You got more in you still.
When you trauma out, you like retire.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not hurting, and I was just gonna play my wife's character after this. So it's not like I'm gonna lose the money, but
Right.
yeah. Instead of that, I guess I'll just turn to the crowd and with my mask halfway up with my teeth and just be like, just do one of these and just walk off into the shadows.
Had to be done.
You want to give him like the faceless or dead kind of sitch as you go.
Yeah, I'll say that as like faceless or dead. All you fine folks are free. I just walk off into the shadows with a twisted smile on my face, like a "I dare somebody to follow me" type smile.
That works. I think that works. All right. After
What
the
is
score.
the heat that he gets from Maribel? Just like emotionally, though. Like.
Well, that's what puts you up to wanted level 2. That's.
Craziness.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Let's run through the after the score stuff and then give everybody XP, and then we can take off into the night, hopefully quickly, because I know we have gone fairly long here.
Yeah, as just a little character thing, I'd like Ohm to have hooked up with Demas on the swim.
Cool.
Little coordinated swim action. Pirouettes and everybody at the same time. And yeah.
That's right.
We're doing our little doggy paddle through the inky black canal water. Like it's healthy.
Occasionally a tentacle shows up.
No. Bad tentacle.
Bad tentacle.
The crew earns 2 reps per score by default. If the target of the score is higher tier, take +1 rep per tier higher. So that is 2 rep. Hudgebot wasn't the employee of Lord Skurlock, who's tier 4, so that's 4 rep. No, that's 3 rep. He's only 1 tier higher than you were. If the tier is lower, then just -1 rep from this thing. You earn coin based on the nature of the operation. Is this a minor job, a small job, a standard score, a big score, or major score?
How did we make this make us money?
Yeah.
Well, so like
Insurance.
Yeah, I was going to say, the insurance that Demas and Maribel both took out on the building ahead of time.
Yeah.
So is that how much? That's got to be a pretty good amount of money, because we got at least 2 policies on the same building from 2 companies that don't talk to each other.
Yep. That is completely what Maribel and Demas would
So
do
is that
in our characters.
a standard score or with decent loot, or a big score with serious loot?
Another thing we
It's
could
a
do,
whole shop. It could
I
be
think
serious loot.
the other thing
It's
we
our
could
whole
do
hideout.
is there may be somebody out there who wants, we could have set up something with Satara, right? As well.
Or
What kind of thing with Zatara?
Yeah.
Well, because we're taking Skurlock's like chess piece off the board, right? So there could have been some kind of prearranged like payment thing.
Oh, she might be part of, yeah.
Part of the payment options here.
Okay. Well, if
push it
we
up to a
count
pretty
this,
beefy score.
yeah. So before it was a big score, which is 8 coin. A major score starts at 10 coin, and I think 8 coin from various insurance policies and 2 coin from Satara doesn't sound too crazy to me for right now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like
So how many coin? I'm sorry.
That is 10 coin for everything.
So 4 of us will split the 8, 2 each, and then 2 in our crew stash for random stuff that we have to purchase.
Okay. I will mark those off here then. I was already putting in the rapid stuff. So. Cool. Let's see.
Those go straight into stash, baby.
Mm-hmm.
After a score or conflict with opponents, the crew takes heat. There was +2 heat for the thing with Griffith at the end. +1 heat for a high profile or well-connected target. I think we skipped the +2 heat for killing was involved because of your other ability that you have. Okay. So Smooth and quiet, contained, loud and chaotic, or wild and devastating.
Really hoping to pin a lot of that on Hutchbot. So was
It was
our
Well, that's
contained
when it
our
comes
building.
time to reduce heat.
Yeah.
You have a good excuse for
Fair enough. Okay.
Can we say
Hutchbot-
that it
Hutchbot.
is contained to our building? That exactly the building is what fell through. I mean, it's how much collateral? Because I'm between the last two, but devastating I think requires a significant collateral on like neighboring buildings
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I think there is something to be said for dropping the whole building in the canal to put out the fires.
You were being thoughtful and generous towards your neighbors by doing so.
Right.
Yeah.
But not
Okay.
the ones under us. The neighbors under us, they got some issues going on. But
Yeah. That's okay. That guy just had like a hagfish shop. That was nothing that you want to keep around anyway.
oh
Okay.
man, that slime is probably so flammable.
Probably is not great.
Okay. So, you know what?
Are we at?
I
Like,
already
90?
added.
Oh my god. Whew.
No,
I was like,
no.
holy
That was I forgot I already added the 2 extra before.
Okay.
So yeah, that
We
is
can deal
3
with it.
more
That's
heat.
doable.
Yeah, that is 6 total heat right now. Next step is I need to get 2 people to roll an engagement roll with 0 dice for entanglements.
I'll roll one. I'm gonna call this one Tangly Boys.
I'll roll the other one, but I won't be so.
Tangly boys.
It's a number is 0 dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh no, right? I'm looking at the prompt table. Okay.
that's a 2 and a 3.
Yep. On table for 6. So that is you get to choose between flipped or interrogation. Flipped, one of your contacts, patrons, clients, or a group of your customers switches allegiances due to the heat on you. They're loyal to another faction now. Or the blue coats round up one of the PCs to question them about the crew's crimes.
I think the whole point is that we kind of disappeared. So I think we're gonna have to do flipped.
Okay.
Like, just I don't think it would make sense for us to get picked up by blue coats if we went through all this rigmarole to kind of disappear and burn all our shit.
Okay. I think flipped also works out fairly well. Because, the Faceless blew up. Their place completely blew up and immolated. So one of the options there is a patron abandons you. So, hey, these guys blew themselves up. I feel no obligation to try to support them if they show up again. Somebody go try to sift through the
Bystander.
wreckage to find stuff. Yeah.
You like that one?
That's also a thing we were trying to do. So boom, it works out.
Yeah,
The
right?
dice,
Like-
sometimes the dice just line up with what you want.
That's right.
The entanglement does good things for us because we still have a ways to go before we would cheer up anyway. So, yeah. So next step after that is downtime, which we will handle next time.
Everybody mark
After-
your stash if you got the thing. We'll do
Yeah.
that now. The 2. All right, cool.
And
Oh, does that fill my 3rd row? It does.
I'm 1 coin on.
so, Demas, when you were talking about coin, were you talking about the one that's like character specific? A little something on the side?
Yes.
Okay,
That doesn't happen until downtime.
right. Because there's also covert drops, which is you earn
Do we
plus
still
2
have
coin for
that?
espionage or
Oh.
sabotage.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
So I'll pop that 2 coin into the crew sheet.
Okay, so it's 4 in the crew. Do we want to split
Yeah.
that and give everybody an extra one and just not have crew stuff?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we don't have a vault anymore, so.
Okay, so everybody take an extra
will-
coin and we'll empty that. Cool. So that fills up my third slot because I already had a coin in the bank.
Nice.
So I'm ready to go. I'm good to go. We can wrap this show
we
up.
can ditch this town anytime now. Yeah.
Yep, we're good to go. Yo, we're good to go. That's a big step.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, I need to sell
Demas-
my unicorn.
Demas
then
and
I'll-
Maribel are like ready to go.
Yeah, well, we have to do the distribution of stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's people are probably gonna want to stop that
Mhm.
and handle the unicorn, and then actually leave.
Yep. Cool.
Wow,
This is great.
Six more games.
Yeah.
We say this, and then Mike's gonna throw in something that makes Demas have to pivot one more time.
Well, I mean, like we will probably
We've done
find
pivoting.
something. There's something. There's something we're
Mhm.
not considering.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Hey, Ghost, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
Yes,
Once or more than once?
I mean, twice because I broke a dude's
Yeah,
neck
you,
and I
you,
shot
you
Hutchbot,
shot
yeah.
Hutchbot, you killed another, another dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 XP. Ohm, did you
Wait.
address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
Many times.
Okay. 2. Maribel, did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 or more than 1?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think-
you got the whole bot there in the first place. That was all you guys.
Yeah, I think 2.
Okay. Demas, did you address a challenge with calculation and conspiracy?
I think 2 for that one because we conspired to get Hutchbot there. Then there was a lot of calculated moves going on in that.
There was a lot of X's
In
on
that plan.
floors. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a lot of like Demas had run through that in his like the hologram situation where it's like just all the shit going down in the whole building and he's just walking through marking stuff.
It's like, all right. If I was a 9-foot tall robot, I would just climb through the floors. So he's probably gonna climb through over here.
Oh, let's see. For everyone, did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes.
I would say at least once.
Okay.
I think
I
I think there's something to be said for all of us just going through with burning down all of our shit. I think there's some beliefs and
There is something
Drives
kind
that
of
go
poetic
into it.
about like blowing up your own home
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
cynical like reasons. Like I just want this guy dead, and I'm willing to blow up my entire house for it.
it's like we want this guy dead and we also need to disappear enough to get some bigger things done. So it just kind of works out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So then one if you hit it once, 2 if you hit any of those more than once, and then for everyone.
Can I make
sorry,
a case
go
for
ahead.
2 with the Taikarosi stuff at the end there, with my
Sure.
airbag?
Your big like bubble frog episode
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Like going, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And then for everyone again, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during this session?
Soft.
Didn't really get in the way.
The
Soft.
whole
Okay.
session. Like I'm just gonna go ahead and give me 2 because like I was pretty vicious the entire time.
Yeah.
I was vicious and I was what's my other one?
Reckless.
I would say I
Reckless.
was reckless and unstable because I just snapped a dude's neck in front of like all the witnesses
A crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
and not cared and literally
That one
not
definitely brought some problems for optics, but it's cool.
cared. I said they
Hey,
were free.
hey kids, check this out. Snap. Like, yeah.
I told them they were free from us. They don't have to worry about us as I walked away.
That's
You were never real like oppressive to your neighborhood anyway, but yeah, that's
We were definitely a
That's good.
liability. They
Like-
definitely couldn't get good insurance with
Yeah,
us.
no.
like
Mhm.
property value
yeah.
just tanked and now it's like skyrocketing. It's gonna be the new Brightstone.
In
Now
the
that we're
toilet.
gone.
somebody keeps bringing in like all kinds of weird Leviathan blood. We think they're running some kind of like meth lab, but
Yes.
you know,
Like
You know, I
Us
don't think I
leaving
did.
is great.
I don't think I messed with my traumas at all. I think
Yeah.
was all business today.
Almost all business.
I thought you were gonna go for the demon heart. I legitimately thought when you dove in there, I'm like, oh, he's gonna go get the demon heart.
No, no, I can't touch it. It's too hot. I don't have the stuff to deal with it. Ohm knows where it's at.
It's bottom of the bay. Yeah, right.
Only Ohm knows where it's at, and only Ohm can get to it right now. So that's what Ohm's gonna do next.
Give the Lord Governor about 2 hours. There'll be some scuba gear down there or some bullshit.
Oh man, you're right. That's probably my first downtime action is to go recover that shit.
I'll go. I'll go
'Cause
with
I
you
want-
because I'm attuned.
I want Hutch. And I
That kind of
want-
sounds like a score, though.
I
Yeah.
want Hutch and I want the heart. I want both those things.